gorgeous light beings, my healers, my star seeds, my light workers. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, the Pleiadian Priestess. Today's reading is going to be a long one, but that's because I did 6 groups today. Today's reading, the topic is, what are they up to? If you have someone on your mind, friend, lover, ex, future person, pick who you want this reading to be about. What are they up to? What's going on in their life right now? And then you're going to choose one of the 6 groups that you see on the screen here, okay? Keep in mind that this was mainly geared towards exes, if you will, but you can watch for anyone. And if it does tend to get or lean towards romantic, just take out the romantic messages if this person's not romantic. Now, I was being nosy when I thought of this reading. I was sitting at home on my day off and I'm like, why do I feel the need to be nosy and ask about what this person's up to and that person's up to? I don't really have anybody to be snooping on right now. So I'm like, where's this energy coming from? So some of y'all out there, somebody in my collective wants to know what their person's up to or what's what, and I'm here for you, okay? So choose your reading, and as always, I will see gorgeous people at your reading. Bye. Mwah. Also, if you felt called to more than one group, feel free to choose more than one group. That's why I did 6, because you never know who are y'all out there thinking about, okay? So yeah, hope you enjoy the reading. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 1s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 1 or just option 1, number 1, welcome. Today's reading is going to be a nosy one, okay? I'm getting right into it. So I was at home one of these days when I was off from work, and something just had me wondering, what is this person up to? What are they up to? I was just being nosy. I don't really have anyone that I should be looking in on, honestly. But I was just maybe it's an energy from my collective wanting to know what's going on, and they want to sneak in or look in on I guess perfect's coming through on a specific person, okay? So today's reading is going to be a what are they up to, an energy check-in for anyone of your choosing. But I put a little disclaimer. Just know that I'm checking in on exes, okay? I'm trying to check in on exes. I'm nosy in that way, okay? So just keep that in mind when you choose your reading, okay? You can look in for anybody of your choosing, yes. If it's someone that's not romantic, then just take away all the romantic notions that come through in the reading, okay? Simple as that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, let's get into it. I'm definitely going to try to make these readings not that long because we don't really want to dwell on whoever this person may be, child. It could be someone you're waiting to come back in, someone you haven't talked to in years, a friend, an ex, whatever. It doesn't really matter, a family member. But I don't want them to be that long because there's no reason to, sit here and dive into their whole life story. If you want to know about a specific person, then it's best for you to probably get a personal reading, So, my group 1s, what is their person up to? I want to get all the cards out on the table before I even get into anything. But when I was shuffling the deck, I saw the Ace of Cups at the bottom. So this person could be falling in love or, they're pouring self-love into their own cup. This is what I'm getting as well. So this person could be just surrounding themselves with love or being a very heart-centered individual as of late, right? And, around these times. So what is their person up to? Please spirit their person. What are they up to? I think 4 cards should be enough at this point. I think that's what I heard, enough. Okay. Let's see what these cards give. It's giving, success, fame, status, and tick, tick, tick. Ooh. Are they on the verge of fame? Is their person up to? Please spirit whoever they came to this reading looking for or whoever's going to be coming through in this reading. Oh. Let me stop. I'm getting crazy. But okay. If that card didn't come out, this reading would have been going in a different direction. But we'll see what the tarot cards say, because that's usually the mood of the reading. We have 4 from there. And then these are just added on cards, because they don't usually have anything. These are more ambiguous cards, not let's see. It'll give us some kind of extra information as well, and also has planets, and that's very helpful for me. Okay, what is their person up to? Please, Spirit, what is their person up to? Let's get a full picture. Can we get a full picture? for what is your person up to, whoever they came to this reading to look in on, or whoever's coming through. Are these 4 too? These are way more than 4. No, these are exactly 4. Okay, so 444 can be coming through for you guys, because that's what I feel like stopping on each time. I got 4 cards from here, 4 cards from the tarot, and then just 4 cards from the herbal astrology deck. So let's get into it. 444, so protection. They're protecting themselves. 444 is also very emperor energy, or I want to say emperor centered. What the heck? They're very emperor centered right now. So they're on the path. They're driven. There's a specific goal they have in mind that they want to achieve right now. Okay, that's what your person's up to. Let's see what the cards say. We have 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, this person could be building a family or working on family. Okay, we have 10 of Pentacles, or they're just building up their wealth and their money, and they finally reach 10 of Pentacles status where they're ready to settle down. That could be something. Your person could be settling down with someone else. They could be settling down with you. You could be watching for someone you're married to already and they want to settle down with you, or they're happy in this homey life they have with you. Like coming home to you every day. If you're married to this person, they want that energy if you're not married to this person. And I just saw freaking 444. Wow. Yeah, 444 is the angels are with you. You are protected. You are divinely guided right now. Continue on your path. And this person could be on the path to becoming a parent, okay? Or wanting to become a parent if you're with this person, okay? Because this is like a very family-centered card here. It also represents generational wealth, okay? The 10 of Pentacles, building money that will be there for generations to come, for your lineage, for the kids that come after you, the kids and the grandkids and the great-great-grandkids and all that good stuff, okay? This person could be coming in some money that was left to them by their grandparents or great-great-grandparents, okay? And they finally reached the age of being able to inherit this money. A bunch of different meanings for the 10 of Pentacles, but basically house focus, family focus, money focus is what this person's on right now, okay? Or maybe they finally reached a point in their career where they're like, okay, now I can have kids, okay? Now, the next card we have coming out is the King of Wands. How many cards are in reverse? Yeah, I'm getting, there's no reason for it to be in reverse, honestly, at this point. We have a King of Wands. Wow. Okay, this person could be practicing making babies. Okay, they're very much in a baby-making mood. The King of Wands is definitely someone who commands attention. They have like a very commanding presence as well, because as you can see in the card, we have a lion, okay? And I'm hearing Tony the Tiger, Lord, from, is it Frosted Flakes? Okay, and I'm getting dirty visuals, okay? Frosted Flakes is a cornflake that is covered in white frosting, okay? That could be something that is significant here. If you're grown, you can see where I'm going with this, okay? They want to see somebody covered in white frosting. That could be something they're practicing. Coating somebody is insides with white frosting. Oh my gosh, please, Lord help me. No, get out. This is not the energy I'm trying to pick up on, but it's coming through, okay? King of Wands is that kind of energy because he's holding a big old wackadoodle wand. Like, where are you putting that thing, sir? Put it away. Okay, so they're very excited and at attention, ready to just, you know, whack-a-mole with their their object, okay? So that's what's coming through here. Someone who wants to, they're on the prowl, though, especially with the lion. They're in a leadership position, the king of the jungle. They're feeling very, like, self-assured and empowered, okay? That's what this person is doing right now, what they're up to, okay? So they could be head of household, okay? That could be coming through. This person is like staring into my soul in like a very sultry way. Like I've never actually looked at him, but he's a very attractive man. And I'm seeing some gray in his beard and his hair. So this could be an older gentleman looking to settle down, okay? Or lusting after you, or just lusting after people in general with a big old whack-a-mole stick, okay? Now we have the Four of Swords, which is a very resting, at peace energy. So this person, whoever you're looking up or looking on, they're at peace. They're in like a very peaceful state. They're in a very meditative state. This card also always gives me, I remember when I used to be giving love readings on my other channel, very triggering. Like every time somebody in separation will be coming through and I'm like, Lord, how many people are out here in separation? Okay, I'm done, okay? So we have, this is giving me a heart away from its home. or a person away from its heart, okay, or away from its home, okay? So home away from home, but basically the whole thing behind it is she's laying here and we have a stick or branch, whatever you want to call it, separating her from her heart. So, she seems to be fine and everything, but she's a little worse for wear kind of energy, but she's sleeping very peacefully. So home is where the heart is what I'm hearing as well. But this card always gave me your heart is outside of your body next to you. So she's sleeping and right next to her is somebody else, okay? And her heart is now outside of her body. And I'm thinking of like kids also as well. So this person could be pregnant with a child right now because there's this one girl that I used to follow. We weren't really friends, but I met her a few times. And she was a close friend to a friend of mine. And she would always be like, oh, the only person who was able to ever hear my heartbeat inside of me, whatever, like a cheesy thing. It was cute or whatever, but she was a kind of annoying person, so it made it less cute. But she would always say, the only person who's ever heard my heart from the inside or something like that. So it's like your child grows within you, and that's the only person who's like hearing your heart beat from the inside of you in a way that nobody that was born outside of you could ever hear or know or feel. So that kind of thing, having kids is coming through very strongly, okay? But Four of Swords is like just at peace, or also like a very contemplative, at ease soldier energy where they're not really worrying about anything. They're not harping on anything. They're not stressed about anything. They're just like, they've hit a plateau where things are starting to be a little comfortable, especially with the four. With the Ten of Pentacles here, okay? Now we have the Six of Wands, which is in their conquering, everything is laid out before me, life, the world is my oyster kind of energy. What the Six of Wands is always giving me. It's also an acclaim to fame, which makes sense because I already know one of the cards that I saw for you at the bottom of the deck was like success and fame. It didn't come out, but it was there, okay? But this is definitely someone who is high on life, could be getting a lot of attention. They're achieving a lot of things. They have a lot of accomplishments under their belt is coming through as well. And that tied together with the Ten of Pentacles means someone who is kicking ass at their career as of late or just in general, okay? The spotlight is on them. The crowd is cheering their name and they have won the Golden Cup. They've won the whatever you want to call it. And they're just like, yes, praise me. Praise me. So they're getting a lot of praise right now. Or they're feeling that they deserve a lot of praise for where they have reached or where they're at right now, okay? But a lot of recognition is coming through for this person. What are they doing? They're sleeping very peacefully at night. Lord, I can never... Too many words be coming through. They're sleeping very restfully. No, does it make sense? Does it? They're at peace. They're sleeping very comfortably at night. Okay, they could have moved somewhere. They could have moved out, and now their heart is more at ease because they could have been like a very turbulent situation or relationship. Because after the Three of Swords, we have the Four of Swords. But before we can get to the Four of Swords, we have to go through the Three of Swords. So finally, out of that heartbreak energy of I'm never going to be happy again, I'm never going to fall in love again. Maybe they've fallen in love again. Maybe they're married and settled down and having kids now. This is like the most extreme case. If you don't know this person's life at all, that's what I'm trying to get into. They don't have social media. You're not talking at all, but you want to know what's going on. They're married with kids, or they have a partner, or work is going amazing, okay? Now we have cha-cha-cha, which is dancing. So they're having a good time, going out partying. Maybe they're dancing or going out or on the scene, hooking up with people, okay? With this cha-cha-cha, or they're learning how to dance. I'm hearing like samba, I'm hearing cha-cha, I'm hearing tango. So those dances are coming through, or they're just dancing, high on life vibes coming through once again. Here we have passion, okay? So they're full of passion. I want to say lust and passion, so that could be a thing as well. They're full of lust and passion, but they are definitely like, I just keep getting and hearing high on life, you know? So this person's definitely enjoying whatever phase they're in their life right now. And it's really good for them. Like, I feel like invigorated and happy and just like, yeah, life is good, you know? That's the kind of energy that's going on in their life as of late right now. But passion, fire, that's that King of Wands. They're going after what they want and they're not stopping, you know? there's like a fire lit under them. There's a fire on their belly that's like, go, 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 don't stop now. Like, you're on fire vibes, you know? Like how people say, oh my gosh, that person's on fire. They're just winning. They're on a winning streak is this person's vibe right now, okay? Now, the next card we have is mend a relationship. They could be mending a relationship or wanting to mend a relationship. Now, when I was like acting crazy when I was shuffling these cards in the beginning, it's because these two came out first. Passion and messenger good news. And it's giving me this person's ring-a-ling-a-linging, ding-ding-dinging, a bunch of different people, and just like hooking up all over the place. But then mend a relationship came out, okay? And it's like maybe this person's going to be calling on you with good news, wanting to mend the relationship with you if this is someone you're in separation with, okay? But other than that, this person's phone is always ringing, ringing, ringing with the good news, okay? That passion that's been lit under them. They could be like very, very, very reinvigorated, I'm hearing, when it comes to their career. And it's just they're making so many moves right now. They're getting a bunch of calls. They're being very successful. You know, they're getting a lot of notoriety, a lot of recognition, which is what the Six of Wands is about, which is corroborating what else is coming through in the reading. So they want to mend a relationship, or they're mending some kind of relationship in their life. It could be, yeah, family was coming through with Ten of Pentacles. It could be a Lord, a familial relationship. I can't right now. Okay. It could be a familiar relationship or a romantic relationship with you or just someone in their life. They're mending, okay? And what the heck is this? Get off my hand, bozo. What's wrong with you? But they're definitely receiving a lot of good news right now, or they're going to receiving good news, okay? Since this is about them and where they are in life, messenger good news. They're receiving a lot of good news when it comes to their passion projects or their work or their life's work is what I'm hearing, okay? So hearing a lot of good things coming their way and people wanting to work with them. And that could be like people finally recognizing their skills or recognizing them for what they've been working so hard at, maybe 10 years at, because we have 10 of Pentacles, and Pentacles, when it comes to time frames, represents years. And the King of Wands is someone who's receiving a lot of attention. They're very charismatic. They're very confident, like, you know, very Rico Suave kind of energy. You know, everybody wants to dance with them, be around them, that kind of thing, be a part of their life. But they are definitely focusing on mending a relationship right now, this person. So even in all this chaos and all this good karma and all this good vibes and passion and, you know, success, they're still trying to mend a relationship in their life. Now let's get into these last 4 cards and see what is coming through for this person. We have Misuna, which is journey. They're on a journey of happiness. Anything with naked read? No. Okay. Because I'm sick and tired of YouTube at this point, okay? And we have an eye. It's like the eye of the storm is definitely coming through. And I believe that when you're at the eye of the storm, you're at the most calm part of the storm. So you finally weather the storm and reached. So you've been going from the outward in. So the eye of the hurricane is the most calm, less chaotic part of the hurricane. So if you were on the outside of the hurricane and now, or whenever you're, how can I phrase this? Okay, we're going to start with that one. If you're at the edge of the hurricane and moving inward, it's going to be the most chaotic at the end. And the more you move and push through the chaos and get to the middle of the eye, it's when you're going to finally be 4 of Swords, at peace, at rest, at ease, soldier, okay? So this person was fighting a war, waging a war, and they're finally at a place in the battlefield where they're more in control and things are going well, okay? Or they can take a break and not be so on their guard, okay? The other thing is whenever this person could have been experiencing the more chaotic parts of the hurricane, and a hurricane is a moving thing. So the hurricane is finally over their town, over their life. The eye is finally over their life at this point. So things are calm. Either way you want to put it. They were fighting both ways, okay? Because if you're moving through the hurricane, trying to find the eye of the storm, it's going to be very chaotic and very hectic. And if the hurricane is moving and you're getting all the worst parts of it and the eye finally comes, you've been through the ringer either way. So it doesn't really matter which analogy you want to use, but if they're both coming through, okay? But here we have Misuna, the eye of the storm, okay? This person could be watching you with this eye, or they're just like a lot of eyes are on them, okay? And then we have these little beans and golden beans, and this card came out for another reading, and it gave me Jack and the Beanstalk and how he was so boasty enough to sell his only form or source of income, the cow. His mother sent him to sell at the market for money, not beans. But he took a chance, took a leap, bought them beans, and it grew into this big, beautiful beanstalk. He was brave enough to climb the beanstalk. He found up there the giants and all their food and their golden hen, I believe it was, that was laying all the golden eggs. And he found like I think it was a golden harp and all these things he was finding and just going up there and bringing them back down one by one, weathering the danger and taking risks and taking a chance that one day the giants may find him and he may never, get out. But he kept going. He kept going back up every single time and coming back down with something. But it's because he had faith that these magical beings that someone told him was magic would, bear fruit. And it actually did. And I do believe it was in part because of his belief that they were magic. When you believe things are magic and see things for what they are, and allow yourself to be surprised by the magic in life, that's when things start happening for you. He was like, magic beans. He could have been like, these are not going to work, and not taking them. But the fact that he did it, took a chance on something, and then also planted them, cared for them, they grew, and he was going all the way up that beanstalk into the heavens to steal things, okay? Or to get things, okay? That's coming through here. Miss Yuna journey. This person's been on a long journey, like I said, through the hurricane or up a beanstalk or just in life. They could be traveling a lot as well. That could be coming through. The next card we have is Sage Blessing. So this person's life is being blessed upon blessed upon blessed. Blessings, okay? This person's going through a lot of blessings in their life right now, and I love that for them. It's very beautiful. Of course, if you're watching for an ex, I'm sorry they're going through, their life is going so good right now, but you got to let people shine when it's their time, and that's just it. Whew, blessings. Yes, this person's receiving a lot of blessings in their life. And Sage always gives me like a wise person, an elder. So this person could be an elder, and that's what I was saying with the whole gray in their beard. Or this person just has the soul of an elder if they may not be they don't have gray hairs. I know I did. I found like, I've been seeing small gray hairs in my hair, and I'm like, oh, I've made it. I'm an elder. Nobody can tell me I'm young and da-da-da anymore. I don't care. I'm grown. Okay? Once you get that first gray hair and your wisdom teeth come in, nobody can tell you nothing. Okay, so I was looking in the mirror when I was in the bathroom earlier, and my gray hair got longer, and it's forming a curl like the rest of my hair. And I'm like, what? I'm gonna be out here with gray curls? You better come through, sis. Okay, you's a wise woman. Okay. I'm hearing that song by Jason Mraz. She's a wise woman. She keeps her mind open. It's like she's a green garden goddess, daughter to the moon, and something sister to the sun and mother to everyone. Wise woman. Boom. Okay. The next card we have is 𝐓𝐶𝐻𝐿, which is commune. So this person could be creating, of course, why these cards gotta be so graphic? Have titties flying all over the place. For what? Anyway, yeah, this person is definitely, I hope I'm covering it actually. Lord, don't do that. I want to show you guys the card, but come on. We have 𝐓𝐶𝐻𝐿, and it's definitely even commune. So maybe this person is building a commune, or they've built a community that is like rallying around them and helping them achieve greatness, is what I'm hearing, or achieve all their dreams. You know how it says it takes a community to build a family or raise a child. This person could have had a child, and they found their community to help raise that child. Because everyone needs their community, their friends, their family, cousins, best friends, mommy friends, and daddy friends they make along the way. This person could finally find a community of people that understand what they're going through and are helping them understand, who they are and grow and build, become a sage, okay? Or maybe they found just a bunch of friends that are their age, that it's hard as adults to make friends, okay? Especially if you lost friends, or you've lost big parts of yourself, or you've gone through big overhauls in your life and lost friends and lovers and da-da-da-da, and how sometimes you break up with a boyfriend or girlfriend, and the friends you made choose a side, and you lose all of those friends that you made as a couple to one or the other. So maybe they're learning how to make new friends and, finding that community they've always wanted. That one lonely tear. That's so beautiful. I love this for them, okay? And the last card we have is Kava. Kava, community! Lord, we have commune and we have community. Stop playing in my face right now. Stop. Like, I want to show you guys the cards, but there's all these titties flying around. Like, I don't know what's up with this deck, but it's so annoying. Because the first thing you two want to say is this. So this is the card that's coming through to a transformation with the butterfly coming through. But they found their people. They found the people that make them feel most themselves, most at ease, most at home. And that's what Ten of Pentacles means as well. Family. Okay? So they found their found family, soul family, chosen family, whatever you want to call it. It's what this person's going through right now. Oh, this is so, I love this for them. And that's what they're experiencing. They're having like deep discussions around the campfire. They're having the philosophical, the deep, the you know, the sociological conversations, the political conversations, the climate we're in as a people. That's the kind of conversations they're having. Very enriching and nourishing conversations with their people. They're playing music. They can find a band. They're in a band, and the band is finding some, you know, I'm hearing critically acclaimed. So maybe they're making music, you know. This is so beautiful. Yeah, that's basically what this person's going through. They're out here kicking ASS and taking names, and you know, going through. They found a lover they want to have kids with. They're finally at a place in their career where they feel that they can afford to be married and have kids, buy a new home. Ten of Pentacles is a home as well. They could have bought a new home, or fixed up a home or something like that. Finally moved out. I'm hearing move cross country, something like that. Or they're finally settled. Because when you move, get up and move somewhere new, you have to find new friends, new lovers, new community. And that's what this person's doing. So they could have made a big move recently. And like I said, if they don't have social media or anything, you would not know what's going on their part of the world anymore. Because they're not, you know, you're not tuned in. You're not a part of their life anymore. But you're just nosy. You want to know. They're finding community. They're finding home. They're finding roots. Ten of Pentacles is also roots as well. And we have Four of Swords, and fours, like I said, in general, is roots, homes, feeling safe, security, okay? That's what's coming through for this person. Maybe they're learning how to conduct healthy relationships as well, because we have the man relationship here. So that's what's coming through for your person. That's not me. That's my shoe. Relax. If you heard a squeaky, that's my shoe, okay? And then we also have somebody blowing a trumpet in the psilocybin card, okay? But the fact that we have community is definitely something that's beautiful. They're communing with people, like-minded individuals, and building a community amongst those individuals as well, okay? So I'm going to leave you reading right here. There's nothing more that I can actually say. I mean, I could go on, but we don't want to be here all day, do we? We have Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, they're building roots, building foundations. They're taking what they've been given and making it bigger and better, because the Ace of Pentacles is the beginning of the Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles is the ending, you know, of the numbers anyway, because then we keep going on and have the Page, then we have the Knight, then we have the Queen, then we have the King. But the King of Wands is what this person is doing. So whatever they're creatively delving into, they're kicking ASS at it. They're doing so well at it, okay? And Wands is a more creative energy, so they're creating things that they're proud of, that's making them money. And that's what is coming through for this person. But now I'm going to end the reading right there. I hope this reading resonated. If it did. And look, we have Lucky at the bottom of the deck. Lucky. On a lucky streak. Okay. And at the bottom of this deck, we have Valerian Acceptance. So maybe they've been accepted into a private community, a secret society, if you will. Okay, or maybe they've been inducted into some kind of Hall of Fame, or this always gives me light being, starseed kind of energy. So finally being adapted or accepted into a starseed, or finding that starseed family, and you know, going on a mission together. Because a commune is definitely people who work together to not push an agenda, but towards the same goal. They work together because they all are wanting the same things. Like, why is my voice going on in and out? But yeah, on top of the world. I'm on top of the world, hey. What? I'm on top of the world, hey. That's a song coming through for you guys. But I'm going to leave you reading right here, okay? Like I said, I should have ended 2 minutes ago, but we kept talking. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me. Use my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. This person could also be stopping for a breath after working so hard, because I definitely need that breath. They've been working so hard and doing so much, they're finally taking a breather, okay? But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 2, option 2, number 2, welcome. Today's reading is going to be a very nosy one, okay? Because I don't know why, just I think it was like last week, I was just at home like, I wonder what some people's exes out there are doing. I had like a very curious energy to know what people in my past are up to. Okay? And it's people that I don't have any way of checking in or asking what's going on, and that's the kind of energy I was kind of pulling from. So I'm like, it would be good to, or it would be nice for me to do a reading based on what is that person up to, you know? And I'm sure it was like a very nagging, it was like a very intense energy, honestly. And I'm like, okay, maybe I don't really have anyone that I should be checking on or would be checking on. So I'm like, it could be an energy for, you know, the collective of wanting to know, what's going on. Maybe somebody was really curious that day or just frustrated that they didn't know what was going on. You know, it could be a separation, whatever the case may be. Someone you can't talk to or you don't text anyone, you just want to know what's going on in their life and how they're doing. That's what this reading's about, okay? So I mostly meant it for like exes or I guess separation or whatever you want to call it, you know. Those readings begin ghetto real fast. So I try not to do those a lot on this channel, like lovey-dovey and what is this person thinking and feeling. And I'm just like, those readings, I did those a lot on my last channel. And it was like very emotionally taxing because it would be the same situation over and over and over again. I would get so annoyed and bored because I need variety in my life. And just hearing and constantly saying, you might be in separation, not talking, and then I'm like, oh, the same old story, okay? But anyway, just keep that in mind when you are watching this reading, that most people who are watching these readings want to know about someone who's an ex or they're not talking, in separation from. That's mostly romantic. But if you want to watch for a platonic person, just take out all the romantic messages and then voila, there you go. But let's get into it before I chat too much. What is your person up to? And I keep seeing the star. And then we have an 8 of wands. But both of them are in reverse. Okay? The star in reverse, losing out on hope and not having any willpower or strength to move forward. We'll see what comes through. I'm not going to pull many cards. We're going to pull a few cards because this reading doesn't have to be that long. Okay? So for my group 2s, what is your person up to? The person they're watching for, the person that's coming through. What are they up to? Okay, we have Ace of Cups. Oh my. What is their person up to? Did another card fall out? What is their person up to? Please, Spirit, what is their person up to? Okay, I only want like 4 cards. We'll see how many comes out. What is their person up to? Please, I'm going to pull out all the cards. Then I'm going to turn them over. How many cards is this? Put them back. I saw the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Ooh. What's that sound? Oh my gosh, why did it sound like I saw a video, I think it was yesterday or this morning. I think it was this morning because I was on the bus trying hard not to cackle, okay? So there's this guy who's like, I'm pretty sure this skit has been done many a time, but this is the first time I've seen it in a while. And basically the guy is like, when I see 2 people sign languaging, talking mess about me, and he turns off the light. And the sound that you hear in the background is like, woo. And I'm just like, the comments are just all like, we're all going to hell. See you in hell. Like, social media constantly just reiterates my spot in hell when I were gone. I'm just like, you know, there's like a sound that people who are deaf make because they're tone deaf. And it was a very specific sound. And you would know it. See, that's my confirmation. You would know it when you hear it. The headphones are done charging. You would know it when you hear it. And it's just like very specific. And that's what that sound that I made reminded me of the video where he's like, when 2 people are sign languaging, talking mess about you, and you just turn off the light, and they do, ooh, you know? But anyway, that's my going to hell story for the day. Okay? Tell me yours in the comments, the funniest meme, the last meme you saw that was funny. Okay? We're going to get into these cards and see what is coming through. What is your person up to? Maybe your person's deaf. Maybe your person's talking mess about you in rooms that you're not in, or maybe rooms you're in and they're talking mess about you. Who knows? Maybe you've heard through the grapevine that they've been talking mess about you. Don't you know I heard it through the grapevine that much longer would you be mine? These things are coming, all these cards are coming out upright. So there may be a little hint or glimpse you get to see into this person's life, or there's like a few things you know. Because most of the cards are coming out like where I'm seeing the cards like this. In group one, they all came out, or most came out on the, face down. Okay. And I saw 𝐓𝐶 and it wanted to come out. We have please stand by. Interesting. So you guys could be in like no contact mode right now. Because when your phone or plane is on standby, it's on, but it's not really on. It's like on do not airplane mode is what I'm hearing. So when your phone is on airplane mode, it doesn't receive messages. So this person could have you blocked, and they're not receiving your messages, or you're not receiving their messages, or something. I don't know. Maybe you have this person blocked. But we're having a lot of cards. I didn't want this reading to be long. All these blasted cards. At the bottom of this deck here, I placed the cards like this when I put them like this for group one. So we have watch your back at the bottom of the deck. So watch your back. We have Ace of Cups. We have Knight of Wands. They're in a period of their life where it's all about them. Because we have the Ace of Cups, which is like mostly what I've started referring to it as the self-love card. And it's a card where you pour into yourself and you're mending your own heart and fixing your own heart and doing what makes you happy and what's best for you. The Knight of Wands is also a very similar energy of just going after what you want, unabashedly, wholeheartedly, and not caring about the opinions of others. It's like a very selfish energy, like a child who wants ice cream right now. They don't care that it's not good for them or it's going to ruin their dinner. They want it now, I was using it in another reading where it's like, it's my money, get it when you need it card. Like, it's your money, get it when you need it kind of energy. Like, it's just like, I don't care how this is going to affect someone else. I'm just going to do whatever I want to do is the kind of energy. And it's more geared towards their self-love journey that they're on, okay? The next card we have is the Five of Swords in reverse upright. It doesn't really matter. The same message is coming through. This person is very worried or burdened about something. They're very confused about something. And the best thing to do when you're confused about a situation, a person, love, life, is to pour into yourself. It's giving me a quote that I've been hearing a lot that just it fills me up with so much like just unexplainable feelings. Because it's just like when you don't know how to explain how big something impacts you. It's like when you don't know what you want to do, just live life and do everything. If you're someone who's like struggling, trying to figure out what they want to do with their lives, or if they want to go to school, if they want to just work, just live life, do everything, try everything at least once. Go to a pottery class, go to a singing class, go to a this class, go to a finance class, go to a freaking, whatever kind of class. Just learn and do and try everything, and eventually you'll find what works for you. So if you're lost, try everything, or start from the beginning, or just live life, or no, it's like when you're feeling lost, you're not really knowing where to go, just pour into yourself and learn more about who you are. Essentially means the same thing. Like what lights you up, what makes you happy, just pour into yourself, or do you, boo, is what I'm hearing. And that's a lot of what this person's kind of giving me. With the Five of Swords, they're confused about something. So when you're confused about life, just focus on you and pour into you and worry about you, essentially. When people are like talking in your ear and telling you to do this and that and all and the other, just listen to your voice and tap into what you want and what you want to do. If you don't know what your partner's asking you, what do you want to eat, and you want pizza but he wants bagels, the weirdest explanation I know. At the end of the day, if you guys can't decide, get what you want to eat. That's it. If it makes him feel some kind of way, you shouldn't have asked me what I wanted if you knew I was going to ask for pizza, sir. If you gave me the option between two, knowing that one was more your favorite than the other, and I choose the one you don't want, why did you give me the option? He gonna be mad, then you're like, oh, I don't want him to be mad at me. Who gives a flying fluke what he thinks? That's your lover or whatever. He shouldn't have asked you or gave you options if he didn't want you to choose something, or if he wanted one thing in particular. Just say, hey, babe, how does Chinese sound tonight? If you wanted Chinese, Don't say you want pizza or Chinese, and when you say you want pizza, oh, I didn't even want pizza. Then why did you give me the option to do that? When people are making you confused or making things harder than it has to be, it's time for you to cut out the outside noise and put you first, and that's what this person's doing, okay? And as I was saying that whole spiel, I was just hearing that one scene from 13 going on 30, where it's like everybody's Wang Chung tonight or something like that. It was just the cringiest thing in my life, but I love the movie. I'm not gonna, Jenna Rink is like, it's everybody's Wei Chung tonight or something like that. We're like dancing or something. Yeah, or it's something. They're at the Halloween party or something, or just like a get together amongst all the fashion designer magazines. It's like everybody's Wang Chung tonight or something like that. I know it's her who says it. I'm seeing her in my head saying it and dancing weird, okay? So it's just like everybody's like doing whatever they want and then having a good time kind of vibe. That's what this person's kind of doing. With this Knight of Wands, very much pouring into themselves and maybe doing all the things they've always wanted to do and they may never have had the chance to do. Now, Eight of Pentacles is also tying into the mastering, becoming a master at yourself and what you want. If you're not sure what you want to do next in life, just pour into yourself and live your life, Like, I'm trying to remember the exact phrase. Like, it's annoying me now. Because it's said so, like, profoundly, and I'm just butchering it. But anyway, yeah. Eight of Pentacles, mastery. I'm hearing sorcery. Okay. Maybe some of you are into like actual magic or Wicca or, brujeria, and you're focusing on that a little bit. That could be your thing as well. And having a good time with it. School doesn't always have to be hard. Learning doesn't always have to be hard. Self-love doesn't always have to be hard. Taking yourself on a date is self-love. Doing a nice self-care routine is self-love. Self-love is not always the hard journaling prompts and figuring out what's wrong with you and going to therapists. And that's not all self-love is, okay? There's always a black and white. There's always a nuance to everything. So that could be something coming through for you guys. But this person's definitely... And look at how she's like having all her herbs and her candles and her books laid out before her. Yeah, this person's learning. They could have went back to school and they're in school right now learning. Go back to the basics. If you're scared about things and things are too confusing and too, convoluted, just go back to basics. And this person's maybe going back to basics, If you want to learn how to do witchery and you don't know what herbs to use or which herbs go in which things and and how to use that and this and that, just start from the beginning. Get a simple book. If you want to learn astrology but you don't even know where to start with the simple things. The planets, the signs, the insignias, what each house means. Like, start small, and then the more you grow, the more you build upon what you know, and that's how you become a master at something. So this person started from the bottom, and now they're about to graduate because the Nine of Pentacles is next, and that's where you're like, okay, you're carefree and living life, okay? So Eight of Wands is studying hard in school, at work, minding your business, head down, worry about you kind of energy. And now we have the Knight of Swords. We get like a lot of night energy. So this person's like very much almost there. Like they're halfway through school, work, the journey they started a while ago. They're almost there. They're not coming out as pages, which is the beginning of the journey, or the messenger where you receive that intuitive hit, start doing something or embark on a journey. No, they're at night level, which is second in the middle, because then this next is Queen. And then after that is the final, which is the King. So the fact that we have two knights, this is someone who is like younger, not younger than you. They could be the same age as you. Because knights, when they come out in a reading, they mean this person is the same age as you. So it's someone who's a peer of yours. And what they're doing right now is like building upon something, growing something in their life, okay? They started it a while ago. It's not new, but they're almost done with it, is what I'm hearing, okay? And they have their crossbow and they're on their way. Wow, this is the word I was looking for. I think that's what I said in group one. Because the crossbow came through in group one, but an entirely different reason for an entirely different card. And I'm like, Daryl from Walking Dead has a crossbow, so I know that's what it's called, but it seems I'm more sure of it being a crossbow now. For whatever reason. So maybe I didn't say the right word in group one, who knows. Or not even group one, it was group three for another reading. I'm completely blanking out right now. That's what happens when you film multiple readings in one day. Okay? So yeah, a bird. It's kind of like bird's eye view is what's coming through as well. They're so focused on their goal. They're running after it and not stopping. They have their shoes on, the proper shoe wear. Someone who is, like I said, a master at their craft is coming through a little bit. And it's someone who's like, I keep hearing the song, and I'm almost there, from and almost there. I almost said Beauty and the Beast, but we know it's not from Beauty and the Beast. It's from Princess and the Frog, okay? So we have the bird up here, like leading him where he's supposed to go. So this person's being led somewhere by their heart, by their intuition, by their mind, by their smarts, by their wits. They're on a journey, okay? And he's running for his motorcycle to get on it before the bird goes out of view. So they're following something, okay? Instincts. A teacher, a leader, okay? So in school vibes, what this is giving. Reading books. I'm hearing picking up the momentum. The next few cards that we have out on the table are pop the cork. So yeah, they're going to be celebrating something really soon, or they're just celebrating life, no matter where they are at in their life. No matter what level or stage they're at, they're celebrating life. Yeah, please stand by. And this is what I was saying about they're waiting for something to happen or come to fruition. And while they're waiting, it's like whistle while you work, or twiddle your thumbs while you wait. Or maybe sing or dance in their case. I don't know. But there's something here about them waiting for something with bated breath, or waiting for the results to come out. So they could have taken a big test recently. And like I said, that would also confirm that they're in school and they're waiting for the results for like is it the bar exam for lawyers and the MCATs for doctors and stuff like that. And it's funny because I was talking to a friend about that. She messaged me saying that she's graduating from school once she takes her final test. And I'm like, oh, so what's next? She's like, oh, the MCAT. I need to find someone to help me study and get ready for it. I'm like, okay, period, sis. I'm going to have a doctor friend. That part, okay? But yeah, we have take a look at yourself. This person's definitely working on themselves. And that's what I was getting with the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Cups. If you're unsure about everything else and everyone's telling you what you're doing is wrong and you don't really know where to go because you're at a fork in the road. Okay, the fork is gone. Where's the fork? It's in the road. We have a spoon, we have a knife, but no fork. You've reached a fork in the road. This person doesn't really know where to go or what to do next. Maybe they just graduated, the masters. They got their masters and they're trying to figure out where to go next. Or they got their bachelor's associate. No, not me blundering the word. That's crazy. But yeah, the fork is nowhere to be found because it's in the road. And like it's like when there's a fork in the road, you can't drive past it or drive over it because it'll puncture your wheels and it'll put you out of commission. Okay? But there's an energy here of this person trying to overcome something or having overcome something. With the Knight of Swords being a very direct, running towards something energy. Eight of Pentacles, mastered something energy. Knight of Wands, celebrating, living my life to the best. I'm hearing, living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden. So they've reached a part in their life where it's kind of golden, but it took a lot of freaking work. Especially and a lot of self-love with the Ace of Cups coming through, for sure. And the next card we have is a win-win. So they're reaching a win-win outcome of whatever they've been putting all their energy and time into. And I'm definitely getting it's work or a career or, school, something like that. Or maybe they're feeling a lot more confident in themselves because they found a job or a career that kind of like makes them happier. They're making money. Because I feel like once you're making money, you have nothing to be like upset about. Especially if that's what you've been wanting the whole time. If you've been wanting to make money your whole life. All my life I have to fight. And you're finally making money in a stable career or finishing school and going to be moving into a stable career. You're just in that waiting phase to hear back from that job. But while you're hearing back from that job, you're having fun, living life, doing whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Waiting to hear back from something. That's the energy that's coming through. So either way, you're going to win. Because if you get a job here at this hospital, that hospital, this law firm, that law firm, this school, that school, it doesn't matter. Because either way, you're going to have a job doing what you gone to school to study for the whole time. If you're someone who's studying something that's more unconventional, like artistry or music or spirituality, you're going to get a chance to kind of reap what you've been sowing because you've been pouring so much into that artistic project. Because cups also represent the arts as well. The wands and the cups represent artistic endeavors. But it's like the more making of it was what cups gives me. The wands is the more expressing of it. So you're performing for the wands. The arts you're making, okay? So you're cooking up something with the Ace of Cups. You're making your own little meal, cooking yourself dinner. And it doesn't matter what, maybe you're eating healthier. This person's eating healthier. And that's what's coming through for them. They're pouring more into themselves, and it's going to be, lead to a lot of good things for them because this is coming out to clarify the Knight of Wands. So something that they're pouring into and doing, they're putting their blood, sweat, and tears into is going to have like a win-win outcome for them. And that's what this person is going through right now. They're overcoming a fork in the road by putting in more of the work. Now, the cards we have over here is Magician, which makes a lot of sense for what I've been saying so far. They're being the magician, and they used all the tools they were given to make something greater than themselves, is what I'm hearing, okay? So, the journey they went on, the self-love journey they went on, maybe 8 years ago, because we have Eight of Pentacles, and that's the most a lot of time in this spread here, because Pentacles represent years from what I know, and Eight of Pentacles is 8 years, so they've been on a journey for 8 years now, and the time and effort they've been putting into something is going to be coming, not to bite them in the booty, it's going to be coming to reward them. They're going to get a reward, you know? But a magician is making things out of nothing, making things happen for yourself. How exciting. And then we have some cute red flowers that could represent a little bit of romance coming through. But we have ginseng. Ginseng is something that's very healthy for you. It's like a very healthy tea, I believe. I don't know what it's used for or its properties, but I know ginseng is a healthy tea. I think it's most like in Chinese or Japanese like beverages, like a tea from them, you know, and they're all about health as well. So health is coming through. Wands could be working out. Knight of Wands could be they're working out a little bit. They're working a little bit here and there, you know, working out, having a good time. Here we have Mugwort, Psychic Healing. That is that psychic vibe that I was feeling coming through, but I just wasn't 100% sure. Because I'm like, in the Eight of Pentacles, she has all the spiritual things. She has the plants, she has the sage, she has the candles, she has the herbs, she has the book, she has the feather. All the things are coming through. And that's someone who's combining all of their knowledge to make something uniquely their own. And that's something that this person that you're checking in on is doing. They're making something completely their own. It's like revamping something. Okay, the next card we have is Skullcap, Stillness. They're trying to quiet and weather the storm is what I'm hearing as well. Because the Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords, right? Yes. The Five of Swords is an energy of overcoming mental turmoil or naysayers or people telling you can't do this, you're not going to accomplish that, or you're no good, or you're lazy, or you're this, you're that. You're just like, every time you do something good, you hear those people saying, it's not enough, keep going, keep going, keep going, you know? So you're trying to overcome those negative voices, and I just saw 2222. So that could be my confirmation. And there's like peace in the stillness now. You know, it's giving me an energy of like, you grew up in a family where they were always telling you you're lazy, you don't do nothing, or this person could have grown up in a family where it's just like, and look at how we have like a mirror here. It's like magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all? The queen constantly asking that mirror, who was the fairest one? And always hearing Snow White, Snow White, Snow White each and every time. Like, why do you want to be prettier than Snow White or fairer than her? And it's funny because that's the whole controversy coming through with the new Snow White movie. Everybody hates it because of one thing or the other. They can't stand Rachel. They can't stand Gal Gadot. And I'm just like, what was Disney thinking? Like, they had the chance to make something beautiful, but then I don't know if it was the casting they did. Everyone just hates it, and they're ruining, tarnishing a beloved Disney movie, or a Hammerstein, I believe, a Hammerstein and whatever story, you know? But psychic healing is definitely looking into the mirror and changing what you see if you didn't like what you saw before. If you look too old, or you think you don't look young enough, maybe changing that, fixing that, you know? But adding youthfulness back into your life, essentially. Kind of forgot what I was saying. There's a Scorpio coming through in this Skullcap Stillness card, so some of you could be Scorpios. I do believe Knight of Wands is Sagittarius energy, so some of you could be Sagittarius too, you know, going out and exploring. I'm trying to figure out what Knight of Swords is it. Is it Gemini? Jesus, what you saying right now? Relax. Is that my confirmation that it's Gemini? Because it came right after I stopped talking. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, Skullcap. Yes, stillness. Finding happiness in like just where you are at in life right now. Being content is the vibe that I'm getting. And then we have radiance coming through here. Naughtiness. Naughty. We have someone who's running after something. So we have like a lot of running and chasing. So this person could have been picking up running and putting their health into perspective, okay? But we have radiant St. John's wort. She has antlers. And it seems like she just blew through this, cover her up. It seems like she just blew through this horn coming through right here. So playing an instrument, learning an instrument. And then we have the sun coming through for radiance. So maybe finding their divine purpose, what lights them up, what makes them feel like life is worth living. Because the sun sign in our astrology chart tells us where we find our vitality, where we find what makes us happy, you know, what makes us want to keep going in life. Here we have nettle action. So yeah, there's something here about this person being purposely inconspicuous. They don't want people to know what they're doing. So if you think you're part of the people who don't know what's going on in their life, I think it's purposely. Whether you're a good friend of theirs or not, this person likes to keep a tight lip on what they're doing, and you know, because there's something here about the way this snake is like blending in that you couldn't really even tell it's a snake until you look really close. You know, they're incognito right now. They don't want to be seen or heard. They want to do what they need to do and then leave. They don't want people in their business. I'm screaming. Why am I hearing that freaking saying? Like, is it get some head, get some bread and leave? Or something like that? That's hilarious. Here we have Blue Lotus initiation. Here we have the sun and the moon balancing off each other. The sun and the moon balancing off each other. Night and day, light and dark. So this person could definitely have been going through a darkness, and that darkness is now being eclipsed by lightness, is the vibe that I'm getting from this person with this radiance card coming through. This person could be feeling really confident about their body, because we're getting a lot of, like, you know, laying it all out there cards. And a Blue Lotus initiation, this amethyst kind of thing coming through and glowing, and this purple is definitely giving majesty. This person has like praise, or they have dominion over something. They have leadership positions, something like that. Intuition is also psychic abilities, and we have psychic healing coming through once again. So this person is definitely on their psychic journey. Shut up. And then we have the sun and the moon coming through in the card, I meant to say. And then we have the sun and the moon coming through again. That's crazy. We have the sun and the moon chamomile. That's something that you use to relax as well. So is ginseng, because tea is something you use to kind of like take a nice little breath. You know what I mean? To reset the body, to help make it stronger, you know? So this person's working on, you know, core strength, body strength, strength training. Could be going through that as well. But we have inner peace, and we have like two animals coming through here, because in this St. John's wort radiance, which features the sun, we have a deer, and it's a baby deer, because it still has the, does every deer, I thought that I heard somewhere that only the baby deer have those spots on their back, or maybe it's only the female deer. Because here we have the female deer, both of them with white spots on their back in radiance. I'm not gonna keep picking up the card, because why she gotta be naked? And then in this card here, we have the same thing going on here. So I don't know if it's a baby deer or a doe, or just a female deer, you know? But I think a doe is a female deer. Doe, a deer. I meant to say a baby deer, so maybe a Bambi or something like that. Doe, a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun. So a drop of golden sun, yeah, this person's basking in the sun and the sunlight and having a good old time. That's what I'm doing. They're sowing their wild oats, this person. They could be, for the smallest, teensiest, eensiest, weensiest bit of you, they are taking care of their kids right now, or trying to provide for their kids. Because it wasn't a big overarching energy coming through in this pile, but it is coming through a little bit here, with the doe like sitting in front of the mother. Looks like a boy to me, but it could be a female. But we have chamomile, inner peace. And chamomile is meant to be like a very calming and cleansing tea. So yeah, this person's calming, cleansing themselves. Maybe they're on the up and up, or they have like they've gone through reformation, or they've gone through I'm hearing something correction. So they could have gone through correctional facilities to become a better person or something like that. Whew, that was a good stretch. This person could be tired and needing rest, but there's something here about, come on, ladies, now let's get information. But I wanted to say reformation. So yeah, they're definitely maybe holding their guns or sticking to their guns, and now hankering down and finishing everything and like not coming up for air, which is leading to them being tired. But it's gonna, see them towards their overall goal. Shut up. That's not gonna make it move faster. And then in this card, we have daisies. So somebody's name here could be daisies. Flowers could be important. Instruments could be important. Drums, violins. Driving could be important because you have a wheel coming through in ginseng for the magician. Owls could be important, which could be wisdom. So they're gaining wisdom along the way. Maybe they're stopping and smelling the flowers occasionally, because we have these two cards with people running towards something, but those are the only two cards we have where someone's running. We have skull cap, stillness. I'm trying to figure out what plant this is. I'm hearing a 𝐓𝐡𝐮𝐦𝐈𝐻𝐚𝐈𝐿𝐴. Maybe it'll tell me in the book, so I'm even gonna look it up on there. Let's see if it'll tell me in the book. Come on, ladies, now let's get information. Where is it at? Oh, I'm looking up skull cap, stillness. $47. Stillness after the storm, let go of control, trust in life, surrender to the divine, break open. That's what this person's doing. And it's funny that a lot of these references that I'm using for your group came through in group 1 as well. So, skullcap's genus name, Scutellaria, comes from the Latin scutella, meaning a small dish or tray. This describes the shape of the calyx at the base of the flowers, which resembles a miniature skull. Guidance. The storm has passed. You've just weathered or are weathering the storm. Ground deeply into the present moment. If you feel far, find consolation in stillness as it readapts. The medicine of Scorpion embodies the stillness of darkness, and it assists by feeling exhausted, drained, or depleted. Look, I think that's what I was saying, right? This person's tired and I was yawning. Exactly. This is the time to pause and withdraw to your cave. Yeah, this person's just very much taking care of themselves and worried about them. You're in the process of rebuilding after the storm. Don't rush, reflect. Take time to birth, a new structure that supports a new version of yourself. That's what this person's trying to do, for sure. That flower was still coming through. I looked up the flower that I was thinking of, and it's echinacea. Yes, echinacea, however you want to pronounce it. And basically, echinacea is a popular herb remedy for its known for its potential health benefits. Here are some of the key benefits. Immune system support. It helps fight off infections, and it may help reduce the duration and the severity of colds and flu. Then we have echinacea has anti-inflammatory properties that can help reduce swelling and pain associated with conditions like arthritis and respiratory infections. Now, topical application of echinacea can help improve skin health by reducing inflammation, fighting acne, and promoting wound healing. So this person could have been going through a wound healing, okay? And then it says echinacea contains antioxidants that may prevent cells from damage caused by free radicals. But no, it has anxiolytic effects, reducing anxiety and stress. And it may have a positive impact on blood sugar control and wound healing. So wound healing coming through again, anxiety and stress coming through again. This person's just trying to find the calm in their storm right now. And that's what's going on with them. maybe one day they're good, one day they're not. Okay, that's the vibe that's coming through. Maybe this person needs to look more into helping heal their stress and their inflammatories and their skin and stuff like that. They could be like breaking out real crazy, like, and they're focusing on their health right now, which was something that was coming through. Maybe they're running more, taking more herbs and getting into herbal medications, which was what was coming through with the Eight of Pentacles, learning about why things do this and why things act like that and things like that, okay? And maybe they're celebrating losing a specific amount of weight or becoming, getting to the weight loss goal that they've been wanting to get to, okay? That could be coming through as well. They're celebrating those things, you know? And I do believe even though you may have lost weight, there's still a part of your brain that takes time to catch up with the new body you're in. So it's like that is where that mental disparity is coming from with the Five of Swords. It's like, yeah, I've lost weight, but I still feel like my mind hasn't really changed, even though my body has, you know? So maybe trying to bridge the gap between those two feelings of reaching your goal weight, but still feeling like you were the way you were before, you know? So I'm going to leave the reading right there. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me. It's my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group threes. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 3, option 3, picture 3, I don't know, number 3, then welcome. Today we're going to be getting into a very nosy reading. Like, I'm going to be getting nosy, okay? Because I don't know why, but for whatever reason last week I felt very called to what is this person up to, okay? Because I'm like, there's a lot of people in my life that I would be like, I wonder what they're doing right now, but we're not on speaking terms. So I'm like, doing a reading about that could be very interesting, you know? So I'm like, that could be what I'm doing right now. That could be what I'm doing right now. Interesting. Is somebody trying to come channel? Hold up now. That was weird. Like, I spoke and it didn't feel like I was speaking. So that's what I'm doing right now. So maybe this person's like a influencer or something like that, and that's what they're doing. But then you would kind of know what they're up to, you know? But anyway, that's what I was saying. I was wondering what certain people would be doing, and it could have been a big energy of my collective wondering what people were doing. Because most of the time when I feel like doing a specific reading that's like out of the ordinary, it's what the collective wants, but they don't know, or they didn't ask, and it's just like, what is that out the window? Like a perfectly curated reading for what the collective wants, but they didn't know what to ask for yet, you know? So if you've been wondering, maybe I have been wondering about what this person's up to, and whatever. I was just being nosy. We're going to get into it today. What is this person up to, okay? It could be an ex, someone you're in separation with, you don't know, you don't talk to. Of course, you would have to know this person. Maybe you don't. This could be like a lover or something, which is why I was getting a weird energy, like speaking to them, like, that's what I'm up to, or something like that. Or that's what I'm getting into. I don't even remember what I said, and it was like a minute ago. That's how weird it was. It was like an out-of-body experience. I'm just like, and that's what I'm going to be talking about or something like that. I forget, but it was the weirdest thing. So this person could be like an influencer of some kind. They kind of like tell people what they're doing, and that's what this video is going to be about. You know what I mean? The way I just did for you guys. Gosh, that was weird. Okay, so yes, just keep in mind that I did mean this mostly about like exes, because that's kind of the only person you may want to know about, but it could be about ex-best friends, whatever, you know? That's the first time I've said that in this reading. So this could be the power where someone's choosing their ex-best friend. I don't know. But I'm mostly want to check in on exes. Like, what are this ex of yours doing? How are they going about life? If you have no way of knowing, they don't have social media, you guys don't talk, that's kind of where the inspiration behind this reading came from. Because if you see your ex on social media and all this kind of stuff, you know what they're doing. If they don't have social media, you don't know what they're doing. If you don't have them as a friend, they block you, whatever, you just want to know. We're being nosy today, okay? So I was shuffling the deck for you guys, and I couldn't even go through with it because these cards came through and they're very, very, very interesting. We have the Six of Swords, and then we have the Moon. So it's someone who's deeply submerged underwater, and look at how they're don't do that. You're rude. You're very rude. Okay, this person could be rude. You see how they're kind of like the same color scheme? That's what like caught my attention. They're both like green and melancholy and like sad and like radioactive. You want to call it that. So this person could have been toxic and rude and radioactive, okay? It could have been one or all of those things. This person that you're looking for, but the moon is being submerged. They're lost. Okay, there's like a big gap coming through with the white wolf and the black wolf coming through here, and it's like you can't bridge the gap. And there's like a bunch of feelings and unsaid things between you guys, because the moon represents things that were left unsaid, secrets, things that are hidden, things that are kept in the dark and haven't been brought to light. And then we have the Six of Swords, which is an energy of healing and moving on from turbulent waters. So that's what this person's trying to do. Maybe they're trying to bridge the gap between not being able to have any closure with you and healing. Oakley dokley? Okay. So that's what this is coming through as. The moon is an energy of Cancer. It's an energy of dreams. So you can be dreaming about this person, which is why you're asking about them in this reading, or they're coming through. They could be trying to communicate with you telepathically. Ghetto, if you ask me, but hey. Then we have the Six of Swords, which is somebody who's like, they were in some stormy seas, you know, weathering the storm, and all of a sudden the storm just stops and the water is serene, and now they're trying to make their way back to shore, okay? They're not moving all over the place and everything's all chaotic anymore. So there's something here about moving on from a chaotic connection with these two cards coming out. Now we're going to get into cards. More cards. I don't intend this reading to be extra long, okay? But you never know with me. I feel like I talk for 5 minutes and the reading's like 40 minutes. It makes no sense. But as long as Spirit is willing to channel through me, bring it on. Let me stop. We have the Six of Swords staying at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so something here about healing and moving on. That's what this person's trying to do. Okay, with the moon coming through here, there's hurt, things that are left unsaid. The subconscious, okay? And the darkness. This person could be in a really dark place now, and they're trying to move on from that, okay? That's what could be coming through for what they're up to. We have Nine of Cups in reverse. Interesting. What is their person up to? What is their person up to? What? Look, this card is stalking you guys. Oh my gosh. They're healing. The Devil. That would make sense. They're healing from the Devil. Then we have the Six of Pentacles wanting to come out in reverse. Okay, then these cards too. Do I want to take them? Is this the moon actually coming out? Guys. Okay, I'm taking them. Give it to me. Give me all the tea. Okay, what came out first? Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh, where is it? I mean, Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so feeling insecure, untethered, that kind of thing. Adrift at sea, which would make sense with the Six of Swords. But the first card that came out is the Nine of Cups in reverse. The Nine of Cups, as many of you probably already know, is the wish fulfillment, wish come true card. All your cups are filled. You're finally getting what you want energy. That is in reverse. So this person has not gotten what they wanted. They're not happy. Their wish is not fulfilled. They're not feeling like at peace with something that happened in their life, okay? And they could have been losing you. That has them so unsettled. Because I'm getting like I'm hearing disgruntled. Very big word coming through. Disgruntled. It's just like someone that's like things are unsettled essentially. It's just a bigger word for that. They're mad at something that happened. Grudges, that kind of thing. Just think of grunt. When somebody's grunting, rah, 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 they're not happy about something that happened, so they're disgruntled. It's a very funny word, okay? Okay, we're done. Anyway, so this person could be mad at you for something as well, and they haven't told you. Or you're mad at them, and they don't know why you're mad at them. Interesting. Okay, yeah, Nine of Cups in reverse, something, I'm hearing unhappy ending. So something didn't happen the way they wanted it to happen. So like disappointment as well as coming through. Oh, okay. The next card that flew out, I believe, was the Six of Swords. It flew out on top of that big stack of cards, okay? So Six of Swords is trying to move on from not getting that happy ending, from being left disgruntled, unhappy, unsatisfied, disappointed, okay, brokenhearted, who knows? And I feel like the Nine of Cups in reverse is a more profound heartache than Three of Swords, because you had it and it slipped through your fingers. A Three of Swords, like, you know what I mean? You know, so it could be like a story, an unfinished symphony, a story that went unfinished because you had everything you could ever want and it's gone. The Three of Swords, that you had to break up with someone, you had a fight or something, and you're just like, trying to heal. Your heart is torn to pieces. Cool. But at least at that point, you've known that you did all that you could, and everything that could have been done was done. And there was like this kind of irreconcilable differences. The Nine of Cups is having everything you could have ever wanted in a partner, a relationship, a friendship, a situation, a job, a life, and it's just taken from you. Like what do they call it? The ground falls from beneath your feet. And now you're sitting here like drowning under the sea, which is coming through in the moon. You're sitting here drowning with no way to ask for help. Oh, okay. You're drowning with no way to ask for help, and these two parts of your soul are crying out for the other person, which is coming in dreams, okay? It's coming in intuitive hits. It's coming in, why do I keep thinking about this person and dreaming about them? It's because their subconscious is reaching out to you, but their words and their physical or waking life, it's very like they're sad, or they're muted, or they're just like, lost in their emotions kind of thing. So it's like they're going through the motions, essentially, your person. Yes. This card wanted to come out in reverse, but I'm not sure what I'm doing with reversals yet. So let me just finish. Okay. Then we had the Devil card fly out over here. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So the Six of Pentacles is also an energy of generosity, charity, people being very giving towards you. And in doing so, you're receiving something in return. So you being very giving with someone, and them being very giving in return. This is also another energy of having everything at your fingertips and it being taken away with these cards coming out in reverse. So, this is like a very like, yeah. And it's because of somebody's, I'm hearing narcissistic habits. Interesting. It's because of somebody's traumas, their limiting beliefs, somebody's addictions, somebody's vices, something they couldn't let go of, something that kept them tethered and trapped, because that's what the Devil represents, all of those things. Disillusionment, where somebody's telling you one thing is true, your mind is telling you one thing is true, but it really isn't. It's kind of like when you try to fall in love with someone, but you're so damaged from the past that no matter how much love they show you, your brain is never going to believe it because it's never reached I'm hearing a resting heart rate. Everybody's resting heart rate is, chill. It's regular, it's stable in a way, because that's what our resting heartbeat is. It's never too high or too low. Your resting heart rate is just like, everything is chill, cool, okay? And then we have a very hyper heart rate where it's like you're anxious and you're nervous, or you're just like an unregulated nervous system kind of energy, and as long as you have that energy within you, you're never going to feel settled. So even though you have everything you could ever want, that person is still never, like, how can I explain it? Even though you have everything you want, your brain is saying, no, we can't keep this person, we can't keep it, we don't deserve it, kind of thing. Or you sabotage it, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. You sabotage it. And it's like you are even more upset at yourself because you had everything and you sabotaged it. That's like frustration is coming through. So this person's frustrated with themselves, the situation, what couldn't be, But Devil's Capricorn energy is temptation as well. It's, all things SCX and, all that amorous energy. Okay, longing for someone, but not being able to have them, therefore it leading to obsession. And like, not even obsession, just like not letting that person go, holding on tightly, being trapped, okay, being shackled is also a very good, not analogy, but reference for the Devil card, okay? Because usually, look, yeah, he has somebody like playing them on their strings, okay? Someone's playing you on their strings. You have no control over what's going on, okay? And I'm hearing that song by James Morrison, You Can't Play on Broken Strings. Broken Strings by James Morrison. You can't feel anything that your heart doesn't want to feel. You can't feel something that isn't real. And it's like, oh, the truth hurts. And I can't fight it anymore. When I loved you a little less than before. Yeah, so it's like you can't play on broken strings. Literally, if strings are broken, you can't continue to play an instrument on those strings. Boom. Something was broken, never to be repaired again. I'm pretty sure strings can be repaired, but if you're trying to play on the strings that are already broken, it's going to be impossible unless you fix the strings that were broken. Something was broken here. This person is broken and they never fixed themselves. So it's kind of like those things that were their problem would trickle on into you, or would trickle on into the connection. It will, see, I'm making this a relationship reading. It's not supposed to be that. This person is dwelling on things that they weren't able to overcome, essentially, with the Devil card. They're like, I'm trapped. Like, I can't play on broken strings, not knowing, or knowing that strings can be fixed, but not fixing them, you know? Don't stop, don't piss me off. And we have this green, melancholy energy, stormy energy coming through. Like, it's like, I can't even explain it. It's just like, the best way I can explain this color and what this color means to me, like this color, and this color coming through in the moon, is if you've ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? There's an episode where they're in Ba Sing Se, and Azula finds them. And while Aang is in this Avatar state, she just lightning strikes him in his back. In his solar plexus, heart chakra energy. She just lightning strikes him and kills him, or thinks she does. And if it wasn't for Katara's healing water that they took from the waters in like the northern or southern air temporal, he wouldn't have been healed. He would have been gone forever. Okay. And even though she healed that big scar on his back, it never went away. She like used the healing properties to bring him back to life, but that scar, that dent, that laceration, that burn, the deep gouging burn that Azula did to Aang was always there, and it never went away. Every time we saw Aang shirtless from then on, he was like, that's a permanent scar that never, like, it never healed, essentially. And even if it did, it scarred over, but it left him deformed in some kind of way, where anytime you would look at the scar, you would remember what happened to him, you know? That's kind of what the color is giving me, where you're in this energy of being forlorn for a long period of time. You're sad for a long period of time. You're scarred, you know, things that you've gone through have been holding you back. And no matter how, you know, maybe if you heal them, or they kind of glossed over, or you thought you dealt with them, the scars are always there. So it's like, you know, people who have gone through emotional scarring, it's not so easy to see. Like the people who've gone through physical scarring. So this person carries all these scars on the inside of them. We're already 15 minutes in, Jesus Christ, and I haven't even gone through all the cards. It's like a physical scar this person cannot get rid of, but it's an emotional form, you know? Gosh, I can never just live, right? I gotta be chat Latin. But that's like, I'm trying to explain to you what's going on, what this person's feeling. They're feeling a lot of emotions. And then we have the moon coming through here, which is, like I said, secrets are holding things back, okay? There's a dark part of them fighting against the light part of them. And that's always how it's going to be. Light fighting against dark, evil fighting against good, right fighting against wrong. And this person's like so lost in emotions. These two like are just like lost. Yeah, lost in the ether, lost in space. But this color gives me that energy of just like sadness and bleakness. And nothing will ever be right again. And green is also heart chakra energy. So there's something surrounding their heart. There was like a big gouge in their heart, the way Azula burned Aang. And it's never going to heal, no matter how much healing water you use. It's going to be a scar forever. So it's a scar on their heart from you leaving them, from not being with you. But they're going to have to deal with it, because they can go on and live their life, but that scar will never go away, okay? Now we have Six of Pentacles. Yes, someone being generous with you, but you not being generous back. Or you being generous with them and them not giving it back to you, you know? This person could be, like, right now in their life being very stingy with their energy and their time, okay? They're dreaming a lot. They're sleeping a lot. Could be a thing. That's, like, something that's, like, a side effect of depression. You sleep a lot. You're kind of, like, dissociated. You're not really aware of what's going on around you, you know? Here we have Three of Swords, which is what I was talking about. We have the Three of Swords and Nine of Cups in reverse. So all the painful cards are coming through. This person's in pain, okay? Heartbroken, sad. They're screaming and no one's hearing them. Oh, no. Okay. Here we have Two of Swords. So they're lost. They're adrift, like I said again. And that's taking me to that ghetto movie, Adrift. Have you guys ever seen that movie with Shailene Woodley and Sam Claflin, I think his name is? He's, what's that man's name? Finnick Odair from Hunger Games. Him. He played the love interest in that movie. That movie pisses me off to this day. And I don't want to ruin it for y'all or spoil it for y'all, but dang, I want to spoil it so bad. Ugh. I'm going to do it. I'm sorry. So basically, if you don't want to hear it, skip forward 2 minutes, 3 minutes if you have to. I'll say, and that was my explanation. Let me stop. Okay. So basically, there's a movie about two lovers who's traveling around the world, going on a worldwide journey in their boat, okay? And it's funny how boats keep coming through. This is the perfect card for that movie, okay? They go on a trip around the world, right? And everything's going well until they get caught into this big storm, okay? And there's a specific thing that you see. I think the sky turns green before a big major storm is coming, because in the movie there's something that she saw that told her that there was a big storm coming, and they tried to go away from it or miss it, but it ended up crashing right into them, okay? There's a scene in the movie where the guy gets catapulted overboard, and she, or what we think she does, is throw a rope out, and she jumps into the water and swims out and is able to save him, right? And brings him back onto sea. But for the rest of the time, she's stuck taking care of him. You know what I mean? And he's alive, right? And she's feeding him. He's telling her not to give up. His body and everything is there in the movie. And tell me why towards the end we find out that man died and she's been hallucinating it was him. And I feel like, don't even get me started. There's certain movies that piss me off, and those are one of them. Me Before You is another one, and Sam McLaughlin is in that one too. Oh, he's sick. Oh, I can't. Anyway, yeah. So we find out that he actually died, and she's been hallucinating. He's been there the whole time, and he's literally been keeping her alive the whole time. But he's not there, but she thinks he is. You see how that disillusionment is coming through? The whole, you lost your person, and in the most brutal of ways, and the person you had everything with is gone now. Yeah, that's what's coming through here. And you're trying your hardest and your darndest to keep moving forward. And if it wasn't for him or her pretending that she was seeing him, she probably would have, wasted away and not taking care of herself, because it was his body saying, no, you eat it, you take care of yourself, you feed yourself, you make sure you're good, And she did what she had to do to survive. And she did survive, and that story or movie is based on a true story. Sorry to ruin it for y'all or spoil it, but that's what's coming through. Like, this person's like, oh, she's still here. He's still here. They haven't gone. You're still there guiding them. They're still seeing you in their dreams. They're still thinking you're together, but you're really not. And that is like the throes of madness and, thinking, yeah. Two of Swords, blindfolded and not really seeing what's right in front of you, okay? Now, the next card we have coming through here is the Knight of Cups coming out in reverse. So someone who wants to be romantic and mushy and ushy-gushy with someone, but they can't because they're not really there. And this person may not want them, or they've lost their chance with this person, is the vibe that's coming through. So this person is yeah, they're very much in the trenches, child. In the trenches. Mm-hmm. And the trenches is like there's no life there. There's vultures. There's like carcass-eating animals there. Like, I feel like there's a book that I was reading by Schnorr Williams. Shout out to her. I love her. She made is it tethered? It's funny that I'm saying this is like tethered trilogy, and I've used that word, and now the book is coming up. Stop playing. I love it. Okay, done. It's like the untethered or the tethered trilogy, okay? Where these two soulmates meet each other, but they're from different universes, that kind of thing. That could be also something playing into this storyline going on. Whoever this person, this is an ex, okay? That's who this person is, child. And you're worried about them, or you're asking about them, and they're in the trenches. But basically, there's a world she built, like a fantasy romance world. And one of the places in the fantasy world that the girl Willow travels to meet her soulmate Kaz, there's a place called the trenches where there's no life, no one survives there. It's basically full of soul-sucking, flesh-eating monsters, and nothing survives there. This person's in the trenches, okay? Without you, with you, just in life in general, I'm seeing 22, but this person wants to be romantic towards you and still has romantic feelings, but it's like there's nothing they can do about them. There's nowhere to put them or place them or tell, this is someone who's like a hopeless romantic who lost love of their life. Now there's nowhere for them to put all that love that they have for that person. So that's what's coming through for your person. What's going on with them? They're in the trenches. They're still, I don't even know if they even started healing yet, but they're trying, I think. Like, I really don't even know. They're trying, I think. What is this person up to? What is this person up to? We have invitation chances are this person could, be getting invitations to go places and they're not, going. So they're very much in deep depression right now. Or they're living a very thriving life. Who knows? And I could have read this whole thing wrong, but I don't think so, because the cards are coming out to clarify the cards. You have Three of Swords, Two of Swords. You know, blindness, not knowing what to do, having to make choices and not wanting to make them. Three of Swords, heartbreak, the moon being submerged underwater, okay? Things, even if we're taking the moon in reverse, it's things coming to light, okay? It's you having to finally say something to talk about your feelings. So this person could be going to, you know, places where they have to talk about their feelings and their traumas and their addictions and stuff like that, and their depression, and you know what they went through in life. And that's what this person's doing right now, what they're up to. It's trying to heal in some way. These are too many cards. You have me messed up in some way, shape, or form. Okay, this deck is acting up for real. Okay, we have persevere. Yeah, they're trying to persevere and move forward. They're not giving up, because we have the Six of Swords here. And we have they're trying to, you know, resist temptation. Maybe the temptation to reach out to you with this invitation, chances are. But they could have been invited to like a special group that kind of helps them with whatever specific ailment or problem they have. Here we have 𝐓𝐶. They're trying to come to terms with the fact that whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. 𝐓𝐶. This is not fun, I'm sorry. But here we have yellow coming through, and the yellow did come through in the Nine of Cups in reverse. So trying to find some semblance of happiness in their very dreary existence right as of right now, okay? So if you was wondering if they just like, they're wallowing in self-pity without you, and just, you know, they are, okay? Here we have do it yourself. They're trying to get up every day and clean and keep pushing forward and moving forward, and realizing that they don't have anyone to do things for them anymore. This person could be grappling with loss as well. It doesn't have to be the loss of you if this is not an ex, but they're definitely dealing with some kind of pain, okay? They could have lost someone close to them. I'm hearing they could have lost a limb. That's very serious, wow. But yeah, there's like melancholy all throughout this reading here. Or this person could just be really lonely and missing the connection you had, or missing being able to show love and give love to people, because they're so isolated that they can't. Even if they wanted to, they physically can't. Here we have power, okay? They're trying to get back their power, because this person definitely feels powerless. Or they're trying to get back the power and get back to the state of mind and being that they used to be and they were before. And then we have choose your words carefully. So if this is someone you're waiting to get back in contact with you, they're trying to make sure they have the right explanation, the right terms to explain things, before they even reach out and try to say anything with this whole, because we have invitation, chances are, okay? And we have 𝐓𝐶, whatever will be. With this telepathic connection coming through, there could be, like, you know, they're coming in because you keep dreaming of them and thinking of them, and, you know, seeing 222 and 444 and all these angel numbers, you know. I'm hearing 1010, 1111. You're seeing all these numbers, and it could be that somewhere out there they're trying to manifest you back into their life. At the bottom of the deck, we have success, fame, and status. With it coming out somewhat in reverse, I kind of feel like this is like loneliness and not being seen or heard. So they definitely like feel ignored. I do want some more cards from this deck, though, because this was a very talkative deck, so I'm pretty sure there's more things that need to be said. What else is coming through for my group? What group is this? I don't remember. For whatever group this is. I think group 3, we have encounter, or group 2. An alien encounter. This person could be astral traveling, or meeting a lot of different weird people, and that could be the AA meetings or the group meetings they're going to. We have requires stillness. Yeah, this person definitely needs to figure out what's wrong with them. They need to sit down and talk. And you guys are the reading where the sun is going down. It's getting darker as I read and as the reading progresses. And then look, this card actually came out, success and fame, status in reverse. Yeah. This person could be in the spotlight, but they're still feeling very lonely. That could be something as simple as that. Nine of Cups upright would be they're living their dreams. The Six of Swords, they're healing, moving on. The Devil card, maybe indulging in certain substances and, you know, getting drunk, getting high to deal with the pressures of fame, you know what I mean? Six of Pentacles, they're getting a lot of money. They're being very generous, giving to charity if you want to take it in that way. If all the cards were upright, we have the Moon. There's still something about their feelings and subconscious coming through, and their dreams that they're having. You know, they could be following their dreams, you know? Then we have the Three of Swords, heartbreak. It means heartbreak, upright and in reverse. The Two of Swords, making important decisions, but not really knowing which way to go, feeling a little lost, adrift. That means the same thing. And the Knight of Cups, someone who's very much like a touchy-feely, lovey-dovey kind of person, hopeless romantic kind of vibes. They want to give their love and shout their love from the rooftops, but they really can't. Okay, so take it whichever way you want to take it. Now we're going to get some cards from this deck to see what's coming through. And what is your person up to? Please spare my group. I believe you're my group threes. My group threes. What is your person up to, please? I don't know how many readings I'm going to do, but we shall see. What's person up to? Why are you like this? And I caught it too. You thought she was going to fall, right? Okay. Rude. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done. Whew. And look at how things just keep getting messed up. So maybe when they think they've made progress, they like go through setbacks. Which is like, I feel like in recovery, that's something that happens. You go through setbacks. You think you're doing well, and then you go through setbacks. And, you know, so like a mixture of good and bad. Their life is not 100% like bad. You know, they could be having some success and fame, and they could be like a model who's tortured on the inside. Not funny, but, you know. Here we have ashwagandha, purpose. They're finding their purpose. And we have North Node and the moon coming through once again. And then we have the sun, the moon, this little flask here. So like I said, some days they kind of take from the resources of the sun. Sometimes they take from the resources of the moon. But for the most part, it's like very dark, because this is like a dark, greeny kind of reading, like a storm is coming on the horizon. So this person could be running from emotions that are gonna take them under really soon. Or they're trying not to deal with something by saying, "Que sera," whatever will be. The future's not mine to see. They're being very irresponsible and careless, and not, you know, seeing the forest for the trees, or looking something right in the eye and trying to confront it. They're trying to run away from something, okay? Here we have Dragon's Blood, Animal Mundi. So everything. Animal Mundi is one with the universe. It's divination. It's spirituality. It's all of those things is coming through. So this person could be going on a spiritual journey, and this is a dark night of the soul. They're trying to learn about themselves, or grow, or find their footing. And then we have St. John's Wort Radiant. So we have that sun card coming through. This is like a very back and forth reading. I don't think I've been getting the wrong messages. Can I get one more card? Oh, thank you. That was fast. And we have tobacco, which is, of course, the devil's lettuce that I've been hearing a lot of people call it. You know, I call it ganja. I call it that plant, trees, you know. I don't call it anything. I don't smoke it, but my friends call it that, you know. But anyway, we have tobacco offering. This person, yeah, and we had invitation. Chances are, wow, this person could be thinking of reaching out to message you. Like I said, because you're here for a reason. You're wondering what they're doing for a reason. Are they going to reach out? Are they not? What's going on in their life? Da, 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 da. This person's thinking about reaching out, making an offer, or they are going to be offered something, okay? In their life, maybe they're, like I said, they're that devil's lettuce to kind of dissociate and alleviate some of the hard feelings they're going through, you know? They're using humor, they're using TV, they're using books, they're using something, you know, drugs, alcohol, to not have to deal with their emotions, essentially, okay? But yeah, choosing words carefully, child, and invitation, chances are, and offering. There's something here about them wanting to reach out to you. I want one more card, please, from this deck. One more card. What is this person going through? This will be the last card. I just need something else. We have Conduit, Amanita. Conduit. Now I want to read from the book for Animal Mundi, because that one is always a really good read. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you know, 51. Where did it go? 51. Yes, oneness, merging with the divine, access to the world soul, occult knowledge, initiation. Yeah, they're going through the initiation. Universal donor, entry into the great void. So just a little bit of like, they're going through the goods, the ups and the downs. They're trying to weather the storm as gracefully as they can, okay? Without going crazy, okay? Whether the storm of not being with you or the storm of life or something is something that's coming through with this person. This person could be, how can I describe it? Connected with higher beings, because we have dragons, are ancient guardians of the earth, symbolizing hidden knowledge and auspicious powers of supernatural origin. Maybe this person's like, you know, delving into darker occult things. And that's why they're kind of like a little scared, but a little intrigued, and you know what I mean? And it's like, they could be like obsessing about it. there's someone who's found spirituality and like they're making it their whole life or their whole personality is what people say. Like you found this one thing, you're making your whole personality is what the kids say. And then we have Amanita 42. Let's see what that says. It says conduit, channel, bridger of realities, connection to higher power, celebration, coming home, family, and awakening. Yeah, this person's going through a spiritual awakening as well as all these other things. This person could be taking herbs and things to not dissociate, but travel. Like I said, astral travel, dream. They're traveling to you in your dreams. So while this person's going through spiritual enlightenment and healing, which was the card I kept saying was coming out, there's also an energy of heartbreak and trying to heal and move on. So this person was launched into spiritual awakening after you left them, or you broke up, or you guys stopped talking, and now they're trying to find themselves once again. Okay. And like I said, they're pulling from the earth, not the earth, Lord. The earth, yeah. They're pulling from the earth, the sun, and the moon, because sometimes it's light and it's sunny, and sometimes it's dark, which is why they're like, there's a separation between the two in the flask, you know? It's like giving me a happy drunk and a sad drunk. One time they're drinking or smoking, and they're happy and, you know, carefree and not really thinking about anything. And then the next time they smoke or drink, they're like more sad, you know? And then the ashwagandha purpose. Maybe I should read for this. But I'm seeing, I think these are all the chakras here. But this is the one that's lit up. And this is, I'm pretty sure, the crown chakra. So this is 54. Oh, that's the last card, is it? No, that's 55. 54 is ashwagandha. Finding divine purpose, dharma. Finding the future self. Receiving a divine gift. So this person could be discovering more about their abilities right now, and that's why you're seeing them in your dreams, because they're astral traveling and learning how to control that. But let me see if there's anything that can help clarify this message. Ashwagandha, like the North Node, mirrors the potentials of our divine purpose, also known as Dharma in Sanskrit. Ashwagandha contains both solar and lunar elements within it, as it provides great strength and adaptability, yet with the deep qualities of the moon, such as relaxation, lucidity, and expanded consciousness. Ashwagandha reminds us that it is not necessary to fully know the entirety of your purpose. And that's freaking 𝐓𝐶, whatever will be. Yeah, this person just, you know, like, whatever happens, happens. I'm sad, yeah, but it's all this is happening for a reason, essentially, okay? But yeah, that it is not necessary to fully know the entirety of your purpose in order to pursue it. When you're living in alignment with your dharma, there is no separation between your inner and outer realities. It becomes a cohesive expression, therefore granting a feeling of wholeness and completion. Perhaps you are not clear on your desired outcome. That's that Two of Swords. Trying to figure out their next step and what comes next. Even if you've lost touch with your why, remain open to the mystery of the journey. Stay focused and playful. Keep following the signs. And that's, I was talking about angel numbers, but this is also kind of also coming back to Avatar: The Last Airbender. It took a long time for Aang to recover from that burn or that deep, you know, injury that what's her name? Azula gave him. And he lost his happiness for a while, because if you know the show, Aang was very playful, very light. He was a friend to everyone. He was very like carefree kind of energy. And after that injury, he grew hair. He became way more mature after that brush with death. So this person could have gone through a brush with death, you know, or just had a spiritual death, if you know what I mean. They're trying to come back from that feeling of hopelessness, you know, but he almost was gone, you know, and he's the Avatar. He has a lot of weight and great responsibility on his shoulder. If he were to be gone, it would have been no one stopping the Fire Nation from completely taking over the world, unless, of course, the next Avatar was born. And then it takes them a while to be born and have to grow up. We would have to wait who knows how long, you know? They already waited 100 years, child. Can you imagine if we had to wait for the next Avatar, if Aang would have died in that episode? But there's something here about him having to kind of recover from that traumatic experience. And he wasn't the same person afterwards. But it's kind of like, it happened and I have to grow from it and move on from it. And that's kind of the energy coming through with this reading and what this person's going through. They had a large setback and they're trying to come back from it. So they're still in the comeback, but they're reading and learning and trying to figure out what's going on and, you know, tapping into those psychic abilities that they may have and trying to become one with the divine and finding religion or spirituality and getting closer to spirit to make sense of all the things they've gone through, you know? So this person's trying to do the work. but it's not an easy process. Sometimes they wake up and it's a good day. Sometimes they wake up and it's a bad day. Okay, so yeah, and I'm hearing the world eye for whatever reason with this Animal Monday, and we have the eye coming through the world's eye. So this person's like very spiritually tapped in. Okay, this person could have like a lot of Cancer placements, Pisces placements, Scorpio placements. If we have any major cards coming out, the Devil is Capricorn, and that's about it. All the other cards are like minor arcana. So the minor arcana coming through means this person's going through minor motions, you know? If it were big cards, the devil is a big thing though. It's a really big thing, especially when it's affecting you negatively. It's a very big thing. So I wouldn't want them to have too many negative cards. But they have the Three of Swords already and the Nine of Cups in reverse. They lost something, it slipped through their fingers, and it's something they thought they would have for life, or they've always wanted and they lost it. And they're trying to come to terms with, what am I now? What do I do now? Okay? So I'm going to leave you reading right there. It's mad dark and it's time for me to go. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you would always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 4s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 4, or however you got here, welcome. Today's reading is going to be about, what are they up to? Okay, your person, whoever you want it to be about. I think, at home one of these days, because I was off from work, and the topic just popped in my head. I'm like, I wonder what this person's up to, or like just the feeling of wondering what someone was up to, like came to me very strongly. I don't really have anyone to wonder what they're up to, but the feeling was very strong. You know, the force is strong in this one. So some of you could be Star Wars fans, or this person you're going to be checking up on is a Star Wars fan. That's already confirmation coming through, but that's very strong. But that feeling was very strong of like, what is this person up to? I wonder what they're doing, how they're faring, that kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, I should do a reading on that because maybe somebody in the collective wants to know about that. And that's why the feeling is coming through very strong. So this reading is going to be about an energy check-in for anyone of your choosing, but just know that I was checking in on exes. That's what the feeling was giving. Like, what is this ex of mine doing? So that's what this reading may be about. It may, gravitate around, but it could be any person you're looking for. It could be a friend, but just take out, or a family member, just take out any of the romantic references, If they're in a relationship comes up, then that could be literally anyone, but if it's romantic feelings they're having for you, then that's different, So let's get into the reading. Group 4's person, what are they up to? Now, there's the most annoying fly that got stuck in here because we opened the window today. And the fly is just stuck in here and it's so annoying. So if you see it, mind your business. Okay, of course, the bottom of the deck, when I'm done shuffling, we have the Six of Cups. And anyone who knows tarot knows that the Six of Cups is a past energy, okay? So, and this is past relationship, okay? Or a past friend, past companion, somebody from your past, okay? And that would make the most sense because whoever you're checking in on is someone that you may not be in contact with, you knew before. Okay, I'm hearing in a past life. But it's definitely giving you guys have maybe grown up together because we have a man and his dog, and then we have a boy and his dog, and he's thinking about when they were just kids, So that vibe is coming through. Maybe a childhood friend or a childhood crush or something you're checking up on. It doesn't really matter who the person is. But we're just going to be getting into the person who came with the intention of watching and you found group 4. What are they up to? Okay, of course, along the way, other messages may come through. But for now, we're just going to get into what is this person up to. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So someone who's definitely open to a reconciliation or a talk or a chat if you are willing to reach out to them. Because the Seven of Wands upright is someone who's on the defense, who has created this force field around them and who's protecting their peace. Maybe you did something to them, they did something to you, but this person was very closed off for a long time. And now because we have the Seven of Wands in reverse, this person's more open now. So if you were thinking, oh, this person wasn't really looking for anything or wasn't giving me what I wanted before, maybe they would be more open to it now if you were willing to reach out, okay? There you go. That's one message coming through. Who is this person and what are they up to? We have the Five of Swords in reverse. Yeah, at one point they were overthinking every little thing in the connection, honestly. The Five of Swords is like a mental turmoil or being bullied by someone or being accosted by someone's not so nice words. So maybe words were exchanged between the two of you and they were not nice. And this person has been like thinking about it and holding on to those things for the longest time. So an argument or a disagreement or a breakup, something that was said, okay, that's been residing in their mental space, okay, for a long time is what I'm hearing. And they were on the defense because of that, but now they're more open and they have like, it's not forgiving you, but they have gotten over it essentially. They've let it go because it was causing too much trouble for them. It was too much noise. At a certain point, it's just time for you to forgive and forget, okay? That could be something coming through this person that's forgiven and forgotten, okay? What is this person up to? Whoever group 4 came to watch about, friend, family, foe, ex-lover, what are they up to? Page of Cups. Maybe they've sworn off love because now we have a 5 of Wands in reverse. We have a Page of Cups in reverse, and we have a 4 of Cups in reverse. Like, is the whole deck going to come out in reverse? Like, come on now. So the first card that I saw is the Page of Cups in reverse, and it was definitely giving me someone who's like sworn off love, you know, someone who is not ready or open to allow their feelings to get involved in anything or anyone again. Okay, so maybe they were closed off for a long time, or this could be someone who you're asking about, like a crush, and you're wondering what they're up to, and they're just like, I'm not really ready for a relationship because I'm just like having a lot to deal with in my life. I'm open, like my guard is not up, my walls aren't up, but I'm just like, if you were to come to me, it would be like giving fling kind of vibes. If you were to try to have anything with this person, it's only giving temporary or non-serious, you know? I just heard nonsensical. Yeah, that's what I think of people who date with no intention of anything happening. It's just like, for why though, you know? You're wasting your time. If you don't want a relationship, I guess that's fine. But in my mind, it doesn't make any sense. So that could be what's coming through here with the Page of Cups in reverse. Then we have the 5 of Wands in reverse. They don't want to fight anymore. Okay? I don't want to fight anymore. That song is coming through. I think it's like 1-800-something. It's a song by, what's his name? Bruh, he's the artist. Is it Logic? Logic and Alessia Cara, I believe, and Khalid. It's like 1-800-something. I forget the name, the rest of the song. And then we have a 4 of Cups in reverse. So all these cards are giving this person was on the defense. This person wasn't open or willing to compromise in any kind of way. And now maybe they are, because all these cards are coming out in reverse. The 4 of Cups is an energy of disinterest. It's an energy of closed offedness. It's an energy of closed-mindedness. It's an energy of not receiving the cup. Yeah, so this person was emotionally closed off. They still very well could be, but at this point they have released whatever was holding them back. So maybe this is saying this person has fully moved on from you, or they have released the crush they had on you or the feelings they have for you. You know, they finally let them go. And it's not like they're disinterested in they just don't like you or don't care about you anymore. It's just like, I've released the situation, especially if it was always constant fighting and nothing was ever being resolved, you know? But this person has been thinking about you, or was thinking about you, and now they're trying to stop themselves from doing that because they want to fully move on. That's the vibe that's coming through with the Page of Cups in reverse as well. Because in the card, you can see that he's thinking about something. He's looking up at something like, like someone's like leaving his life or flying away from him, but their feet are still in his view. But I'm also pretty sure these feet are supposed to be his feet. So this person that really doesn't know up from down, or they're still trying to wade through some feelings, right? But it's not because the feelings are bad or negative. It's just that they have some things to figure out, you know? So maybe if you're on a break from this person, you know, trying to feel through different situations, this person's trying to become more emotionally regulated. They're not trying to run away from their feelings or pretend they don't feel them or ignore their feelings, essentially, and let them fester. They're trying to deal with them. They don't want to fight. They don't want to be combative. The 5 of Swords and the 5 of Wands coming out does represent fights and arguments, or being competitive, or trying to one up the other person or hurt the other person more than they hurt you, is what I'm getting as well. What is their person up to right now? Can I get an attitude check-in for their person? What are they up to? Yeah, 4 of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Yeah, they're finally waking up. So I'm hearing, I'm waking up. And up to make my system something. Welcome to the new age. Yeah, so there's something new. They're stepping into a new age in their life. And that could be without you or just in general. It doesn't have to do anything with the connection. This person's trying to be less combative, less competitive, less mean-spirited, and less emotionally closed off. This person's trying to do that and less guarded, right? With the Seven of Wands in reverse as well. So just trying to dispel any maybe negative or toxic habits that they have been perpetuating, you know. Now we have the Four of Swords in reverse. It's giving waking up, stretching, and I love how immediately after we have this Nine of Pentacles, and doesn't it look like she's literally stretching? Like this is sleeping, sad. Your heart is living outside of you. You have to stitch it up because this heart is being stitched up in the card here. So healing as well. And now it's like I'm finally out of that stage and I can stretch and now move on. The Nine of Pentacles does also represent stability, okay? It does also represent security. It does represent freedom as well. So you're finally able to reach onto this pentacle. And the pentacle she's touching is also the pentacle the dove is sitting on, or the white bird, we can call it. I'm not 100% sure it's a dove, but it's giving dove, okay? And doves represent peace, hope, purity, new beginnings, love sometimes, stuff like that. So that could be, yeah, new beginnings. This person is moving on. They're finally over you, if that's something, or over whatever was keeping them away from you. If it's like a friendship or family member, so this person's like, okay, my group force told me that I have anger issues that I need to get rid of, or I have family issues that I haven't resolved, and you're just like, I can't be with you until you resolve them. Now they kind of went away and they were on their defense, okay? So Seven of Wands, Five of Swords. Someone's saying hurtful words because they can't deal with their feelings, okay? Someone who's trying to hurt you back for hurting them and saying hurtful things to them, or one up you in the hurt meter of what they said to you, that a hurtful thing they said, or you said they were trying to one up you and make it you hurt even more than what you said to them. Okay, and then we have the Four of Cups trying to ignore it. Okay, all of these things are coming out in reverse now. So this person's trying to not come to terms with it, but they're definitely trying to, like, you know, heal and have a new beginning. Maybe they're trying to heal with the purpose of having a new beginning with you. But if it's like a family member or something, you told them, hey, you've been doing this for so long, it's time for you to get it together, and they've heard you. They went into like a little bit of a hermit mode, a little rest mode, a little healing mode to try to make some kind of change. And now they're finally, like, you know, a butterfly coming out of its cocoon, or caterpillar, I should say, coming out of its cocoon as a butterfly, okay? Because now we have this Nine of Pentacles. They found some sort of freedom from you, from their feelings, from their toxic emotions, from, I'm hearing their proximity to negative people, or people that were holding them down or back. That could be something you were telling them, that friend of yours is no good, and they didn't want to believe you until something happened, and then they couldn't very well come and tell you you were right because they weren't there emotionally yet, you know, but they're getting there, okay, or trying to get there, okay? I want to, get rid of that fly so bad. Like, get out. Anyway, there could be like a fly on the wall, someone trying to listen in, or there could have been someone interfering in the connection. There could have been someone who was coming to you saying something and then hearing what you had to say and then going back to them and telling them. That could be a thing with the fly not wanting to leave the room. I opened the door for it to come out. It didn't want to come out. And it refuses to go away. It keeps buzzing around. So someone who's in your ear about them, someone who's in their ear about you, or someone who you may have in common. That could be a friend or an interest or something, acquaintance, family member who's coming to you saying one thing and going to them and saying something else, you know, which is like adding on to the confusion and the hurt here. What is their person up to, please? We have Three of Pentacles and we have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, trying to come to some conclusions, trying to air out their dirty laundry, trying to air out the confusion, trying to be more responsible is what I'm getting as well. Trying to be more emotionally detached as well, which is a good thing. The Queen of Swords is very good at that, okay? We have Three of Pentacles in reverse, though. Like, all these cards are coming out in reverse. It's not making any sense to me. Like, why? K. No, K is what? Y is... It's not Ken. I don't remember. Anyway, Three of Pentacles in reverse. It's someone who doesn't want to work with others, or doesn't work well with others, you know? Someone who wants to kind of be by themselves for the moment. Maybe someone who dropped out of school. If you knew this person while they were in school, just all of a sudden they stopped coming to school, you stopped seeing them at school. it's because they left school or dropped out of school. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. They could have left the job you were working at together, because Three of Pentacles is more so work, but it can also mean school. It's an environment where everybody's like coming together for the same purpose. So school to learn, work to make money, a relationship to make it work kind of thing, a family to love each other and support each other, a friend group to be friends together. Like, it's a situation where you're working with others to, reach the same goal, because you have the same common goal, okay? But here comes this damn fly every single time. Yeah, there could be like people who are like shady in your friend group or something, or someone who's going and telling them stuff about you, or telling you stuff about them, and you think, oh, that's my friend. No, they're you're mollywopping. No, they're two-timing. They're trying to play both sides of it, But yeah, Three of Pentacles, that could be third party situation kind of coming through here as well. So it could be like a friend you guys have in common, like I said, or someone they've moved on with. That's like, what it's giving me? Not a friend, but someone who's in the same social group, school group, work group as you, right? Okay. And they knew you dated this person, and now they could be potentially dating this person as well. And you don't know they're dating them yet, because this person, you're not in contact with them. And this person, the person who you're in the reading for did not tell you they're dating someone, you don't know their life because you're not in contact anymore. But this friend or person they're now dating is still in your immediate surroundings, school, work, whatever. And they haven't told you that they're dating that person as well, but they could be coming and asking you questions about them, like, oh, so why did you break up? Oh, so, da 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 da. So do you still have feelings for him? Blah, blah, blah. That they're trying to scope you out, even though you're not with this person or even in their life anymore, to make sure that there's no, I don't know, threat or something like that, because this person who you're in the reading for could be still thinking about you or still talking to you, and this other person wants to get close to them, but they want to make sure you're fully out of the picture, and they know they are still talking about you. So maybe they still have feelings for you, so if they were trying to shoot their shot, your person would still be attached to you, that kind of way. That's the vibe that I'm getting. But they want to be fake in your friends, okay? They want to be fake your friend and in your face, because also when I was trying to formulate this response, I was remembering a book that I started reading yesterday. And basically the main character girl, has to work, bruh. The perfect example. I love it. I love it. Okay, so the girl works at like a restaurant, right? And it was owned by her ex. And her ex cheated on her with a coworker of hers, and they used to be friends, And she caught them canoodling in the office one time and broke up with him, but she still has to see him every day at work. But she did put her foot down and say, I don't want to work the same shift as that heifer, okay? Don't put her when I'm working, okay? And then there was like a storm coming in that day, and he had to bring her in for extra help, right? And she was like, I told you I cannot work with her. I'm not going to work with her. He just basically telling her to suck it up because they need the extra help. And then the whole time they're working together, the girl is trying to, oh, I'm sorry for what I did. Like, you're being extra mean. I'm sorry. It just happened. I was like, he kept complaining about you, da 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 da, blah, 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 blah. And that gives you an excuse to sleep with my boyfriend when you knew we were together. Like, girl, bye. And she's like asking her questions, like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Like, he feels so bad bringing him into it. And she's like, oh, in the book, she's narrating saying, oh, he probably put her up to this because he keeps trying to get back with her. And he's thinking that him cheating on her is not that serious, So the person he cheated on her with, he's bringing her in to make the other girl feel like he's so sorry for what he did. We didn't mean to do it. Blah, 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 blah. Because he wants her back. The girl is putting out feelers like, oh, he didn't mean it. Like, I'm sorry. It wasn't supposed to happen. Blah, blah, blah. Like, why are you being so mean? Trying to gaslight her and invalidate her feelings, So definitely giving fly on the wall, listening to what you're saying, taking it back to them, that kind of thing, or trying to see how you still feel, to go back and take it back to them, stuff like that. So, just be careful with this. Someone who you think is your friend, but they're not your friend, which is why it's coming out in reverse, They're coming to you when you guys are doing things or working on stuff, and you guys, maybe shoot the breeze and talk and whatever. You may not even think that you may not even consider them a friend. They're more of an acquaintance. Three of Pentacles is like an acquaintance, Vibes. Three of Cups is friends. Three of Pentacles is, oh, we're work friends, we're work buddies. We we're in the same study group kind of energy, you know? So that's what it's more so giving me than anything else. And they're just coming and asking, and they're taking back information to this person because they kind of want to maybe slither their way back in because they keep thinking about you and what they lost, right? And then we have a Queen of Swords, which is the queen of communication, okay, of reaching out, of finding some kind of clarity, of hashing things out because this person wants to maybe talk things out with you, or they just, this also gives me therapist vibes. So this person could be talking to a therapist and their therapist is telling them to make amends with you, you know? I do want more clarity. A Queen of Swords is, so this person could be a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. This is the only distinct energy coming through for me right now because this is a court card. All the other cards are kind of giving me not any vibes, right? So Libra, Aquarius, Gemini coming through. So this person could be one of those signs. And air signs are very flighty. They're very hard to tie down emotionally. They don't feel and experience emotions the way everyone else does. Me being a Libra moon, I don't feel, like, I don't want to say I don't feel things, I do. But it's hard for me to become attached to someone or want to be with them or up under them all the time. Like, I don't really get in my feelings for people like that, you know? And if I do, it's probably in like a not healthy way, you know? Because they're like triggering something inside of me that's making like cling, attach, you know, anxious attachment vibes. Like, but if it's a regular person, I don't really get emotionally attached, even to family or friends. It's just something that's always been me, you know? I'm like, oh my gosh, I love you, and you know, I'm not that kind of person, you know? I feel things, yes, I'll be crying sometimes, yes, but when it comes like emotions and feelings and relationships and all that kind of rah rah rah, it's hard for me to attach myself to people and be like, oh yeah, I love you. I'm just like, I'm here. we chill, we cool, we vibing, you know, we talking, we chatting. So we're really good conversationalists when it comes to like the other things, and so that could have been this person's problem, honestly. And they're trying to do that. They always have like a little bit of a barrier up. And I'm not just I'm equating that to air signs, but they are flighty and they're more so about the mind and not so much the feelings in the heart. So I'm trying to, oh, look at how we have the Two of Cups. Wow, I'm sitting here talking, I didn't realize it fell out. We have the Two of Cups. So this person may be in a relationship, but like I said, with someone else, or they want to get back with you, right? So that's what I'm getting. Air sign people, they're hard to, because Aquarius is perfect example. They're great conversationalists. They love connecting with people, but when it comes to like actual relationships, it's like not really giving. Libras, the flirts. They can flirt with anybody, connect with anybody, but are they settling down? No. Gemini's always telling jokes, you know, wanting to get close to people, like asking a lot of questions. They're nosy, two-faced, if you will, multifaceted, but are they getting emotionally attached to someone? Not really. Those are like more air, I mean, not air, more water sign things, you know. So this person could have had a hard time attaching themselves to you emotionally. And that's something they're trying to overcome, which is why they're setting out feelers of the people that you guys both know. Like, do you think she would want to get back with you? Do you think she's still mad? Like, I'm saying she, it could be anybody, he, they, them. Do you think they would be open to like making this official again, getting back with me? And the person just coming asking you, oh, so how do you feel about so and so? Like, you know, you guys broke up a little bit a while ago. Like, you know, are you dating anyone right now? That kind of stuff. Very funny vibes to me, but it may not be funny to you. But yeah. And we have Two of Cups to end the spread. So it's giving they're in a relationship right now and they've moved on because they were able to, you know, put the criticisms you gave them into effect and found a connection with this person that could be in your immediate surroundings, or they just want to get back with you, because we have this clarifying the Four of Cups in reverse. So this person's learning how to be more chalant. They're not nonchalanting anymore when it comes to connections. They're chalanting quite hard, okay? Or they're ready to, if it involves you at all. If this is not the one you're romantically linked to, this person is trying to open up more, letting their walls down, trying to not be as competitive and trying to let love in, you know? I'm getting the dynamic from Never Have I Ever between Davy and I think his name is Ben. They grew up being rivals, you know, they were both the smartest kids in class. But Davy was always just above him. She was always valedictorian, and Ben was always salutatorian. And Ben came from a household of, his family wasn't really close. His father was a lawyer for big celebrities or whatever, and he was like abandoned a lot. So he was always in this big house by himself. And the only like friendship, frenemies kind of energy that he had to feel any kind of emotion towards anybody. Because he had a girlfriend for the longest time, and the girlfriend was just there for what he could give her. It wasn't anything serious or real, if you will. The only kind of real connection he ever had was with Davy, which is why they ended up together in the show at one point. I'm not going to spoil it with you. Do they end up together at the end? Who knows? Watch it. Let me stop. But if it's, I know it's like a popular show, so some of you may have watched it, but then may not have finished it or something. In case you haven't finished it, I'm not spoiling it for you. But at one point in the series, they end up together, and they are so similar. You know, they both have a hard time connecting emotionally. But Davy is more so she can't control her emotions because she gets angry very fast and feels too much. And then Ben is more so cold, doesn't feel much, or doesn't want to feel much because he, like, the first form of attachment we build as people are to our parents, right? And his mom is never there, his dad is never there, so he never had a chance to build any kind of stable, healthy, emotional connection towards someone. So the only connection he has is his rivalry with Davy all these years from grade school all the way to high school. So he hates her and they hate each other, but it's like more so deep-seated feelings he didn't know how to articulate, essentially. And then he ended up realizing that he wanted to be with her. And the same thing with her. She was always feeling too much. She was a little too hypersexual and wanted to lose her virginity right off the bat. And she wanted to be with this person and she wants to be popular and seen and in the spotlight. And Ben is like that person as well. But they're also very, very, very different, you know? She comes from a family who loves her, a very overbearing mom, where she's always trying to run away from it and say, leave me alone. Her family's very close because she's an Indian girl. And I think Ben is like Jewish and his parents like very cold, never really there. His maid is his only form of, you know, human interaction. She's just the maid. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of vibe this person's giving me. You guys could have that kind of dynamic where you're the more spitfire, outgoing kind of person. You feel too much. You want to feel everything in life. And then we have a Ben who doesn't know how to build proper connections with people. And when he feels very strongly for someone, he could take it for hate. You know what I mean? Or take it to the extreme of, I don't ever want this person to get too close or realize the effect they have on me, so let me keep being mean to them, you know? But he had to learn in this series to open up a little bit more, okay? That's the kind of vibe this person's giving me for whatever reason. So if it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, then this may not be a reading, but that's the vibe coming through. But love is definitely on their mind. Relationships is on their mind. And Two of Cups is someone you could have been dating, or you are dating, or you have dated. Past tense. And then we have watch your back and a fly swatter. What the bum are y'all telling me? And the fly is quiet. Let me not talk about it for it pops back up. But I was talking about this big fly on the wall, or just, I don't even know where it is. Like I said, I'm not going to look for it, but a fly in the office. And it's like been buzzing around. Now it's really quiet. Now that I've aired all that dirty laundry out, it's gone, you know? So maybe somebody trying to low-key steal your man. Maybe you're on a break from somebody, you know? And this person, like I said, is being a fly on the wall because they want to see how invested you still are. Because they may want that person as well. So just be careful. Watch your back, the card says. And look how it wants to kind of fall out. No, that's a different card. Anyway, let's see. Jesus Christ. This person could reach out to you unexpectedly and you may be like surprised and like your heart stops. Because I'm looking out the window and I saw something move. And it's a squirrel crawling up something. And it just about gave me a heart attack. I'm sure y'all heard. Like, what the heck? Dusty squirrel. I'm like, what are you doing outside the window? You scared me. You know? Wild card. Something you don't see coming is happening in this connection with this person. So they may reach out to you and want to talk if this is a love interest, a family member, a friend, or whatever it may be. Unexpected. Then we have cha-cha-cha. Let me ask you to dance. Would you dance if I asked you to dance? Would you do? Oh, please tell me this. Would you run and hide? Da-na-na-na-na. Would you save my soul tonight? That song was coming through by 𝐓𝐈𝐌𝐄𝐒𝐿 Iglesias. I can be a hero, baby. And it's funny how I was like trying to figure out the word for what in Spanish. I was going to say maybe somebody here can speak Spanish or be Hispanic, and it could be. I didn't want to say it, but I'm going to say it now that 𝐓𝐈𝐿 Iglesias is coming out, okay? I can be a hero, baby. Okay? I'm not a perfect Spanish speaker, but from small, I was able to pick up on certain words. I took Spanish in high school, and also my family on my grandmother's side, my mom's side, her dad, his family is Venezuelan. He was born there and all that kind of stuff. But they never taught us no Spanish. He never taught my mom, my grandma Spanish. She never taught nobody else Spanish because she didn't know Spanish. So it's kind of like, I'm trying to, connect to my little heritage in some kind of way. But him, and yeah, this card definitely wanted to fall out. This card that I thought was going to be the watch your back, but this card was one to fall out. You have a win-win situation. So a win-win situation is forecast, okay? It's giving me that Moonology deck, and I haven't used my Moonology deck in so freaking long, but I'm always hearing cards from the deck. I'm always seeing them, but hearing them. A win-win outcome is forecast. That is one of the cards in the Moonology deck, the original one. There's so many versions now. Here we have stormy weather, but it's like, look at it in reverse. So the storm is now over. This person is definitely coming through more mature. And that's the Queen of Swords energy. She's more mature, willing to communicate, open up, be vulnerable, be truthful, no more lying. If this person was big on lying or not being fully transparent, that's something they're working on. Here we have this could be bad in reverse. So maybe not as bad as you would think it is. There could be a very intense conversation in your future. The Queen of Swords will guarantee that. What else is coming through for this person? Here we have avoid obstacles. Avoid obstacles. Interesting. What kind of obstacles? What could these obstacles be? Avoid obstacle, whatever. The card says avoid obstacle. And I'm supposed to take out all the cards the way I did for the others, but I guess it was supposed to be a story that played out here for your reading on the shuffle these. Avoid obstacles. So maybe there's something here about you guys avoiding any little like landmines that will make the other person defensive or upset, and how to nitpick them and they know how to nitpick you, or not even nitpick but trigger. And it's like avoid obstacle if you can. Things gonna get stormy. This could be bad, or it could also be good, because we have win-win and cha-cha-cha, dancing, celebration, okay? Or this could be bad and avoid obstacle and stormy weather. It could go either way. Or it could start off one way, but as long as you guys are both open and vulnerable, it can lead to something good. Who knows? But nobody's perfect, and neither are you, group 4. So don't go thinking that you're perfect. You didn't do anything wrong. You may not have. But listen, be open if you want this person back anyway. Who the heck knows? What is their person up to, please? Spirit, what is this person up to for my group 4s? We have Radiance, St. John's wort. And I definitely gotta cover her up because she's naked. This person will chase behind you or frolic in the woods. They miss your very feminine, nubile body. Is what I'm hearing, because she is naked in the card. I'm seeing booby, and I'm seeing like antlers, okay? So this person wants to hunt for you, because this is giving me Diana, Artemis vibes. Diana is the Roman goddess of the hunt, and Artemis is the Greek goddess of the hunt, okay? So this person wants to come and find you, hunt you down, kind of imagine they want to chase behind you. And they could think of just like a very innocent, cutesy kind of creature. Like a wood nymph is what I'm hearing. And they want to chase after you. Because we have a doe, we have a rabbit, we have a hare, and we have some kind of bird here. And the lady has antlers, So this person may think of you like a wood nymph, and they're very tempted and they want to be with you. Because maybe you ground them and you make them feel very settled in their feelings, or validate their feelings or something like that. Here we have Arnica Teacher. This card loves coming out, doesn't it? I must have a lot of teachers in the collective, in my collective anyway, because what the heck? And not even, you don't have to be like an actual teacher, but you're meant to teach people valuable. I'm also hearing harsh lessons, That's your vibe. But Radiance here is the sun. And we have 2, and that's like a relationship card. 2 people in the sanctity. We had 2 of Cups coming through. So this person definitely still has feelings for you. Like I said, which is why their guard is still down, or not still down. It's come down from before. Arnica wolf, look at the lonely wolf howling to the moon. Talking to the moon. Let me stop. Trying to get to you in hopes you're on the other side. Talking to me too. In hopes you're on the other side, talking to me too. And look at how this person's just sitting there and this like doors open for anybody to walk on in. Yeah. I'm hearing it's like Let me take you there. What is that? I feel like those are two different songs. When you come on in, it's like a little prayer. And it's something I can take you there. There's two different songs coming through, but I can't like differentiate them. I think one of them's like a Madonna song. When you call my name, it's like a little hand. Ba, 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 ba. That song is coming through, whatever song that is. But like you're like a little prayer, so this person could be praying for you, or just praying more so in general. Okay, quite talkative, aren't we? We have lemon balm, nurture. This person's nurturing themselves. They could be teaching themselves as well. That's what the teacher card is coming through as. And then we have lion's mane, leadership. So trying to be better at communicating, trying to be better at starting things. I'm hearing following things through. This person could be good at starting stuff but not finishing them, you know? Like wanting to be with someone, flirting with someone, and not following through, you know, by dating them or being in a relationship with them. And they're trying to be better, a better finisher. If that even makes sense. And here you have a bee coming through. This person's like a very busy bee. Nature is coming through a lot though, insects and animals. So that could be something that's a confirmation for you or for them. They could work in nature. Or like I said, they're just giving wood nymph vibes. Here we have lion's mane, leadership. We went over this one already. We have milk thistle, peaceful warrior. We have calendula, purity. This is the second time a sun card has come out. Like just pure sun. This and radiance are just pure sun cards. At the top, we only see the sun as the zodiac. So the sun is coming out for you guys, you know? And we have the sun coming out twice. So the sun is coming up on both sides of the connection maybe. But somebody here is giving little and cute, right? And the other person could be giving more masculine with this lion's mane. There could be something here about this person's hair. They have a lot of hair, or very thick, full hair. That could be a confirmation for somebody. If you need to like know who this person is. I'm hearing very nubile, very active, very soft, supple, feminine body. Somebody here could be older. Somebody here could have kids, is what I'm hearing as well. But milk thistle, and it's definitely giving like milk and breastfeeding maybe. But peaceful warrior. Letting your emotions flow, honestly. It's like being a, how do people call it? Like people who cry but are also tough, you know? People who are vulnerable. Yeah, that leadership and nurture and teacher, like they're trying to balance all of those energies within them, this person. They're trying to be a peaceful warrior. Of course they're going to fight, you know? But they don't want to be someone who's like violent and like me. And like I said, this person got anger issues for real. And they're trying to be someone who comes to peaceful resolutions. They fight for what they want and believe in, yes. But not in a way where it's like trying to, not isolate someone, but cause trouble, you know? There's arguments that are constructive and then there's arguments that are just like destructive. They want to make something and build something out of the conversations they have. Very interesting. And then we have ginkgo breakthrough. So this person has reached a breakthrough. I feel that they have. Because then we have the lion's mane, and then we have the, it's funny how I kept mentioning Libras and air signs, and then we have the scales. They finally come to some kind of balance or decision or equilibrium in their life. And now they're like, okay, now I can be in a relationship, or now I can be with this person again, you know? There's a reason to celebrate, though, with this cha-cha-cha dancing. It's like celebration, freedom, having a fun, good time. This person could be trying to tap into their childlike energy a little bit more. But they finally they cracked the code is what I'm hearing. Because I'm like, and I'm hearing the song Sword from the Stone. And I tried, but I can't pull the sword from the stone. Sword from the Stone by, what is the name of the band? Passenger, I believe it is. And it's like Sword from the Stone is a play on, of course, King Arthur and him being the only person who was worthy or able to pull the sword from the stone. And that's what this energy is giving me. This is the only person who's able to pull the sword from the stone. Breakthrough. And if you were to pull the sword from the stone, you will rule over Camelot, you know? and everyone loved King Arthur. He had his knights, his trusty steeds, and he had Merlin and all those people helping him, supporting him. He was a very powerful, benevolent leader, even though he wasn't always great, right? You know, no one's perfect. Like I said earlier, no one's perfect at all. Not even you, okay? But a breakthrough is them finally finding a breakthrough in something in their life, finally finding some understanding, finally being able to pull the sword from the stone. It's a very beautiful song if you want to give it a listen, for Sword from the Stone by Passenger. Yeah. So they finally accomplished what they set out to do, or they like stumbled upon this sword, not knowing what this being able to, or okay, they stumbled upon this sword in the stone, not realizing that the work they were going to be putting in to get it from out of the stone would like solve all their problems. You know, like someone found this stone and like, I am determined to pull this stubborn sword from the stone. Try to say that 5 times fast. They tried to pull it from the stone, and they like put all their energy and time into that. And in doing that, they learned a lot of valuable lessons, you know? So this person has learned some things. They've opened up a little bit more, let down their guard, and they want to let love in now. But I'm hearing only if it's with you. Take it if it resonates. I don't know. I just be hearing stuff, and it could be right, it could be wrong. But I'm going to follow my intuition because she never led me astray yet. Okay? So I'm going to leave a reading right here. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me. Use my email on the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 5s. This is the first for me. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 5 or however I set up this reading, child, I hope you're in the right place. Let me stop. That could be something coming through from you or your person. They hope they're in the right place. That's weird. Maybe somebody has like distance between them, or someone moved to a new place. Or maybe when the first time you met this person, you guys weren't like supposed to be there, or like a chance encounter, something like that. But anyway, I hope you're in the right place, okay? I hope you chose the right group for you. If at any point during this reading you feel that the reading is not for you, then you can always click off. That is free, okay? And it takes up none of your energy, like writing a rude comment would be. So, you know, save your time. Save yourself some good time. Lord, I can't speak today. I hope you're in the right place. That just keeps coming back to me. That's like the weirdest thing I said all day. But today's reading is going to be about what are they up to. And by they, I mean someone who you're curious about. Okay, an ex, a friend, a family member, whoever you want to look up or whoever you want to look into. That's who this reading is going to be about. The idea came because I was at home off from work one of these days, and I had like an intense craving of like, what are they up to? And I don't really have a they. So I'm like, who is this they that I speak of, you know? So I'm trying to, you know, be nosy, essentially. And this was mainly towards exes, I guess, because that's kind of the energy that most people want to get into. Like, what is this person up to? But like I said, put it for anybody you want it to be for. And if anything romantic comes through and you're not romantically linked or involved with this person, then just take those messages out, I guess, okay? So I want to get into it. I hope you're in the right place. Interesting. Maybe something about displacement happened in this connection, or somebody was lost, like figuratively and literally, but more so figuratively. Like they were lost in their life, didn't really know where to go and what to do, and that's the journey they're on right now, you know, trying to find themselves again. I do want to shuffle it again, because here we have 6 of Pentacles and in reverse at the bottom of the deck, which means they have nothing to give. And that could be something that was coming up in the connection. They didn't have anything to give you. They were very stingy, and it's still there. So yeah, that's a prominent energy coming through. They were stingy, they were takers, they didn't really give you anything, or they had nothing to give, which is why they couldn't give anything, okay? And I just saw 2, 3, 4, so consecutive numbers are coming through, going up, getting better, okay? Ascension could be coming through for this person as well. So what is their person up to for my group 5? This is very weird, but I wanted to get a lot of different perspectives in case we had anybody who wanted to watch the video and 3 readings just were not enough. Okay, we have the Emperor. Wow. Yeah, this person's playing chess while you're playing checkers is what I just heard. This person's a chess piece, and I'm pretty sure it's like the queen or the king, or I don't know chess very well or at all, I should say. Okay, I'm also hearing Queen's Gambit. That is a show on Netflix about a famous or chess player. She's really good. But the Empress Aries energy, it's very assertive, it's very forceful, it's very not giving up, very action based and oriented. I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna go after that. So this person's very motivated at the moment. They're very ambitious. They're striving for something. They're trying to achieve some kind of goal in their life, and they're playing chess and not checkers. They didn't come to play. You know what I mean? What did I say when the reading started? I hope you're in the right place. That could be something coming through as well. This person could be a boss of yours, and that's what's like, are you in the right place? You know, like, are you lost, little lamb? Ooh, you know, there's a movie, and I think it was like, what was the name of the movie? Was it I forget, but it was like this big sexy movie that was supposed to be the next, is it Something Days? It was supposed to be the next 50 Shades of Grey, essentially, where this girl is kidnapped by this mafioso energy. And I think sometime, somewhere in the movie, he's like, are you lost, baby girl, or something like that. I'm like, girl, get out her face. Get out her ear. Like, you thought you was doing something. Like, are you lost, baby girl, I think is what he says. And that's coming through. Ooh, so it's definitely giving grown. It's definitely giving a seductor, a seducing kind of energy. You know, someone who's older, and someone who sees just like little lamb ripe for slaughter. So lion, lamb, boss, employee kind of energy. Or there's like a power dynamic at play. Okay, teacher's pet. Okay. Or those are just things that are coming through that could represent who this person is. They could be a teacher. They could be an authority figure, a police officer, a firefighter. And talking about firefighters, I saw these fine firefighters on my way to work this morning. I'm like, oh, hello. But I was trying not to look at them because I'm just like, no, behave yourself, okay? Down, girl. But they were like, why are firefighters so fun? You know, police officers, sometimes it's, you know, it's a bag. And sometimes the bag, good things come out of the bag, and sometimes bad things come out of the bag. Whenever you see a firefighter, that they're just all fun as hell, and I'm like, oh, hello there, how do you do? Like, ready to go home and start a fire, so they don't have to come to my house. Okay, that's the kind of vibe that's coming through. So this person is like some kind of big, towering, not loud, but just like they're a very big energy. This person. They take up a lot of space. They suck all the air out of the room. They can be very attractive as well. But they like to be in control is also another thing. What is your person up to? We have Queen of Cups. Wow, we have an Emperor and a Queen of Cups. Quite the pair. If I do say so myself, the Queen of Cups is soft and she's feminine and she cares a lot about people. She's very caring, okay? And then we have the Emperor, which is very much forceful, do as I say kind of energy. So that could be somebody in their life. They have found them a Queen of Cups. They're involved with the Queen of Cups. So with an Emperor, we have Aries energy, and the Queen of Cups, we have Cancer, which is the overarching energy of the Queen of Cups. Or we also have Scorpio and Pisces, okay? But this person's in business or in leagues or in dealings with the Queen of Cups, and that could be you coming through, confirmation or not. If you don't consider yourself a Queen of Cups, this person could, like I said, it's giving, like I said, lion and lamb. It's giving, what do they call those things? Antelope versus tiger or something like that. Anything, prey versus predator. We'll keep it as simple as that is what this is giving. With the Emperor, he's strategizing all of his moves. He's being very strategic about it. And he is literally sitting on Mars and he's playing on a chessboard. So he's definitely playing for the win. And then we have this Queen of Cups with her eyes closed, just living her life, not even realizing that she caught the attention of the Emperor and she's in danger. She needs to run. Okay? She's just too busy maybe protecting her energy or just like living her life essentially. Or just tapping into her feelings. It's like definitely giving like very zen, like namaste kind of lady who doesn't know she has a growling tiger on her haunches, you know, on the back of her feet, chomping at the bit, you know. So this person's in predator mode. They're chasing after somebody, and it could be you or someone else, okay? If that you didn't like to hear that, then I'm sorry. We have a 3 of Wands. Yeah, they're moving on. I'm hearing Miss moving on by I'm saying Little Mix. No, by Fifth Harmony. Gosh. There could be something here about girl bands. We have an 8 of Pentacles in reverse coming through. I didn't hear anything from that card, so we're just gonna, yeah. I didn't get a message. I'm learning as I'm going along and reading tarot on this channel, or just in general, that if I pick up a card and don't get a message, I don't think the card was meant to come out. Or if I pick up a card and it's in reverse and I don't hear anything, it's meant to be upright or something like that, you know. And the Eight of Pentacles, if it were to be upright, it means they're working very hard to get a desired outcome. Okay, they're putting in time and they're putting in energy. So like I said, they're in pursuer, full predator after prey mode. This person, whoever they are, they could be, like I said, chasing after you or somebody else. What are they up to? We have Three of Pentacles. Yeah, it's giving work environment. It's giving work environment. Absolutely. People who are working together for a desired outcome. Yeah, so you're working for them, working with them, that kind of thing. Extra confirmation for you. But this person's trying to play nice is what I'm hearing, and work well with others to get what they want. And look at how, wow, he's literally looking at the Queen of Cups. Look at how he's side-eyeing her and looking like he's fully in control. He's not really showing that he's looking at her, but we can tell he's looking at her. And she has her eyes closed, so she doesn't even know he's looking for her or checking for her. Okay, so that's coming through. We have a Nine of Cups in reverse, so it's definitely giving a wish fulfillment gone unfulfilled. Okay, something also you didn't know you wanted is what I'm hearing as well. And now I'm hearing, this could be the start of something new, from High School Musical. So they want something that was unexpected. They weren't wishing for or hoping for. They just came out of the blue. And it's something that never they needed. You know, that's what I'm hearing as well. That song from You're the Best Thing I Never Knew I Needed. You know? And you walked right in and I had no idea. Something like that is what the song says. Here we have the King of Swords. Yeah, someone trying to talk to you, trying to chat you up. This person trying to chat somebody up. I need to get a clarifier for the Queen of Cups. I need to know who that is. And then we have a Four of Swords. So someone who's lying in wait. And like I said, in other readings, or anytime this card comes through and it's like for a lovey-dovey instance, it's giving someone whose heart is like beating outside of their chest and they're away from their heart. She's laying here. There's like a barrier and there's her heart there. Like there's a rip in it and it's been stitched up. So it's something here about their heart being outside of their body, you know, and they're lonely and sleeping with their heart either outside of them, on the pillow, bed next to them, or somewhere else in the world, you know. So someone who's taking control of their heart and they weren't really expecting it is what I'm hearing. So this person has fallen for someone and they can't get up. I'm hearing, I'm falling and I can't get up. That's what I'm getting for you guys, okay? Can I get a clarifier for this Queen of Cups? Can we figure out who this is? How will the Emperor know this person? Who is this person? Who is this Queen of Cups? It's definitely like I said, a very zen, namaste, chill kind of person, boho kind of person. If that's you, then that's you coming through. If it's not, yeah, the Magician, absolutely. Absolutely. It's definitely giving that kind of vibe, witchy, that kind of energy. So if that's you, that's who they're checking for. But the Magician, and look at how they both have their eyes closed and they're using their hands to make what they want come true. She's manifesting something here. She's meditating. She's using energy. She's an energy channeler, just a channeler in general, you know, or just reads energy really well. And she's trying to read her surroundings and picking up on the energies that are, you know, around her. So she could know that this predator is coming for her, but she's like acting chill and nonchalant about it. And then we have the Magician, but she's actively manifesting him, I guess you could say, with the Magician coming through. She has everything he could want and require. Magician is Gemini and Virgo energy, the alchemist, okay? So you're very good at making things. See, look how I'm saying you. This definitely could be you coming through. They're trying to chase and pursue, but it could be someone who's really good. They're in the witchy, spiritual, occult. They could be even a scientist kind of profession. But there's definitely something here about using energies and things like that, okay? Then we have all these cards coming through as well. Wow, these are a lot of cards and they're powerful cards as well. We have the Justice card. Okay. So trying to make something right. Maybe this person did you wrong and now they're in the process of trying to make things right. But you're also in the process of cleaning your energy, cleansing your energy. That's what this Queen of Cups is giving me. Someone who's trying to wade off all the people who don't have her best interests at heart. And this person just watching her or this is someone who's like just using their magic and all their glory, just being themselves, you know. And the Emperor is like transfixed by what they're doing, so they're really stuck on someone. Whoever you're trying to watch for, they're stuck on someone. Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning. Okay, trying to start something with someone, start of something new, building roots, you know, planting roots with someone. Who's making all that noise if they don't shut up? Here we have the Eight of Cups, someone who walked away. So trying to nurture and build something with someone that walked away, because then we have the Ace of Cups immediately after that card. Someone who walked away and left their cup behind. This is you walking away from them, leaving this emotions behind, left like a kernel or a seed in them, even though you left them. And they have been nurturing that seed and it's grown into some kind of love or deep infatuation, you know. Maybe you left to put yourself first, and self-love could be a thing as well. Or I keep saying you. Something is going around with this lady here. She's trying to do these things, pour into herself, make herself better, working on her money, working on her heart, you know. Very big about cleansing her energy and leaving things behind, even if it's just even if there's a fire raging and it's not working out for her or doing her any good or justice. I want to say, wow, I forgot justice came out. It's not doing her any justice. She gonna leave. This is definitely someone who's putting themselves first and asserting their boundaries. You know, that could be something this person finds very attractive. Then we have the Star card. Then we have the Hermit. So there's something here about someone losing faith in someone or losing faith in a situation. Okay? Because wow, that's crazy. So we have the Nine of Cups coming out, that came out, and that's a wish fulfillment card, wishes coming true. The Star card is also wishing on a star and a wish fulfillment card. Both of them are coming out in reverse. So someone made a wish on a star, someone wants something very specific, but as of right now, that wish has not been fulfilled, okay? Or it's a wish they didn't know that they wanted in a way, you know? But it's a wish nonetheless, if you get my drift. Then we have the Hermit card, someone who's in deep contemplative mode. Like I said, each card that's coming out for this person they're going after, her eyes are closed. Even in this Justice card here, her eyes are closed. Okay? In this Hermit card here, her eyes are closed. And in all the cards that represent walking away and asserting your boundaries, we have a woman in it. And the only two cards that we have men coming out in is the Emperor, the Three of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. And I do feel like that is representing who your person is and how you may know them. The rest of these cards are representing what may have happened or why they're acting this way or why they're actively pursuing you. Because you took something away from them they didn't know they wanted at the time. Now they're going to go after it even harder is what I'm hearing. And then we have this Three of Wands in reverse. So I think that this came out at the bottom of the deck, I believe, or somewhere during the reading. I'm pretty sure I remember. We've only been here 15 minutes. I hope my memory's not that bad. It's definitely giving someone is chasing after something or pursuing something, living life to the fullest. You know, and that could be something you're doing. You're minding your business, protecting your energy, living your life to the fullest, you know, working on your self-love, working on your money. And that's what's attracting this person towards you. Or that's what's attracting this person towards the Queen of Cups is coming through in the spread, okay? So we have all these cards coming out. Ace of Cups is the beginning, burgeoning of a connection, a relationship of feelings. So maybe you're developing feelings. I keep saying you, sorry. Maybe this Queen of Cups, whoever this person is developing feelings for you. Or you're developing feelings for them. Okay, ooh, how interesting would that be if you're looking at this person because they're going after someone you want? This Queen of Cups is looking for you, but this Emperor is checking for them. How interesting. Three of Pentacles is three's a company. Okay? I got her and you. Three's company too. Okay, there's three people. One too many. If you want a Two of Cups connection. Okay, this could be a throuple situation as well. This person's actively pursuing someone else to bring into your, you know, connection. If that doesn't resonate, then it's not for you, okay? But trying to find some semblance of balance or equilibrium in a situation in their life, but they are actively pursuing someone for real, okay? So I'm going to put these cards back and then shuffle again and see what comes through. Never and her and his three's company too. This could be a roommate because that's what that show is about. One guy living with two girls. And here we have, at the bottom of the deck, we have a Lovers, a Ten of Pentacles, and a Sun. All these are beautiful cards. Okay? family, home, living situations. You live with this person, you're a partner, and they think of you as their lover. So you could live with this person, you are with them actively, but they're out there trying to pursue someone else if you guys are in a polyamorous connection. If you aren't, then this person, and look, we have the devil in reverse. Yeah, they're up to no good. The devil in reverse can also represent trying to reverse what you did, bad habits that happened, or situations that you caused. You're trying to reverse them. So that could be something this person's also doing if there's no throuple situation here and you don't think your person is trying to be out there looking for somebody else. If you do think they're looking for someone else and that's why you're here wondering what they're up to, that's what could be coming through as well. Take what resonates for you, okay? And certainly in readings, take things as confirmations. If you've been thinking this person's been pursuing someone else and you hear this and like, oh, that's my confirmation, take it as confirmation. If you had no thoughts of this person pursuing anybody else or wanting anybody else or cheating or thruples or polyamory or whatever, then that part of the reading is not for you. Please, people, practice discernment out here in these streets. It's so annoying to hear people say, oh, I'm not in a throuple. Obviously, this is not a personal reading. That part is not for you, ma'am or sir. Like, grow up. I'm pretty sure this is not your first tarot reading. You know everything's not going to resonate. Sure. Sorry. Pissing me off. At this point, like, I hate people who are just like, ugh. Act like they have no sense. Sure. Act like you have some sense out here in these streets. Okay. But the devil trying to reverse something that was done to you or something that was taken from you. And that's why we have justice. Someone trying to right a wrong. This is turned into quite the story, isn't it? Interesting. This one to come out. Let me leave it. Anything else for what this person is up to? They're trying to make amends, and that's why they're playing chess. They're trying to find the right way to do it. Wow. Because they're sick of living with their heart outside their chest. You now inhabit a piece of their heart. And you walked away from that piece and left it behind with the Eight of Cups coming out before. Wow. Okay, the story's coming together, I feel like. And now they're trying to feel like, how can I get this person back? They done left me now on my own. Okay. Here we have the King of Cups. And we have the Five of Cups. Yeah, so feelings and emotions, feeling abandoned, lost, losing something. That's what the Five of Cups is, the feeling of loss. Okay? It's a feeling of mourning something that was taken from you, right? Because we have 3 cups that were spilled, right? But look at behind her. She has 1 foot. I love how it's usually she has 2 cups behind her, but in this one card, it's only 1 cup. And that's the Ace of Cups we saw her holding, or somebody holding, in the Ace of Cups that came out earlier. So we have 4 cups that have spilled. 4 of Cups didn't come out. Came out in one group, though. And then we have the one of Ace of Cups behind her, but she's not really focusing on that right now. She's focusing on these 4 cups. And 4 of Cups is emotional disinterest, or turning your emotions off. Apathy, not really feeling anything, going through the motions kind of energy, like getting up every day, going to work, coming back home. You're not really living, you're just existing kind of energy, right? And in every other 5 of Cups card that comes out in the spread, it's 3 cups that spilled and 2 cups behind you. So a relationship that's still there, that's salvageable. And this specific card coming out in your reading, that makes a lot of sense because we have the Queen of Cups that it has her eyes closed and is not tuned on or turned in to anything, even though she kind of is. Disinterest. This person is like, oh, they don't want me, now I'm going to fight even harder kind of vibe, you know? So this person is definitely, like I said, giving prey. I want to overtake someone or conquer someone, right? But yeah, in this card that's coming out for your reading, we have 4 cups spilled over. And 4 cups is emotional disinterest, apathy, that kind of thing. Not seeing the forest for the trees, not being able to see the 1 cup that is being given to you in the 4 of Cups. Yeah, interesting. An interesting take on the 5 of Cups they did with this card here. Very interesting, but it still represents sadness, mourning, loss, okay? And then we have the King of Cups coming through, feelings. Look at how, and we have divine counterparts coming out first and foremost, but there could be something that this person's learning from watching this Queen of Cups. This Aries is learning patience, okay? They're learning meditation. They're learning how to wait for it, is what I'm hearing. Wait for it. To not just run in and try to take and grab, you know, pillage and plunder, if you will. They're trying not to do that. They're trying to have patience. The way this person has patience. They're trying to learn something from this Queen of Cups. And the King of Swords is definitely someone who's definitely big on learning and soaking in the knowledge and the things that are going on around him. Very intellectual person. So this person's like a very intellectual person. They're also coming out as a very feeling person. And that's because of you partially. Because you have the Queen of Cups coming out to represent whoever this person is, you, whatever. And then we have this coming out lastly. So it's taking some time for this person to find some peace, you know? Let's get some cards from this deck and see what else is coming through for you guys and this person. What are they up to? Ooh. Mend a relationship. Wow. I said what I said. Mend a relationship. This person's trying to mend the connection. At the bottom of the deck, we have messenger good news. So they're going to reach out to you soon is what I'm getting. If this mending relationship has to do with you or somebody else. What is your person up to? Please spirit. The person they're in this reading for, what are they up to? We have foolish. Okay. We have foolish. So somebody's feeling stupid. They're feeling dumb for what they did or what they said. Or what transpired between you two or someone else. Or with this Queen of Cups. They feel foolish. Okay, I'm hearing Fools by Shanti coming through. You'll be right here with me. And when the tears fall high, that song is coming through. It's a Brandy song. Let me look it up real quick. So it says, when you feel your heart's guarded and you seek the break started and you see the break started, and when the clouds have all departed, you'll be right here with me. When your life is going too fast, off the train tracks, I can slow it down. Just when you think you're about to turn back, scared you might crash, I'll be your ground. When you feel your heart's guarded and you see the break started, and when the clouds have all departed, you'll be right here with me. When your tears have dried from crying and the world has turned silent, and when the clouds have all departed, you'll be right here with me. I'll be right here with you, and you'll be right here with me. She also says, and when you're trapped and there's just no key and you just can't breathe, I'll breathe for you. The fire's got you down on both knees, and when the walls are closing in, but I'll be breaking through. Oh, this fire's got you down on both knees, and the walls are closing in, but I'll be breaking through. And when you feel alone, I'm going to be your home. And when others come and go, you know I got you. Okay. Yeah. That song that was coming through, as well as the song that I said before, and I forget what I said, but that song was coming through as well. But this song was coming through too. Here we have require stillness, so that's just them watching and waiting to strike this snake. They're there waiting to strike when the iron's hot, when they're ready. Maybe when they're done feeling foolish. Maybe this person underestimated you, or this person misjudged you, or maybe they said something to hurt you, the way, you know how sometimes bosses can be a-holes, and they just want to apologize for what they did. So this person could be on their way to you, because I had an order for something and they just told me my order was shipped. So yeah, it's on its way now, right? And this person's is on its way, and I'm hearing I was on my way to you. I've been yeah, I was on my way to you by J-Lo from that movie. And in that movie, there was a little bit of like a power difference, you know. It was like she was a pop star and she fell in love with Owen something's character. He was not a stay-at-home dad, but he was a father. And they met her at a concert, and they ended up getting married the first time they met because she wanted to get back at her ex-boyfriend, who was played by the sexy Maluma baby. But I'm done. Yeah, and they ended up like falling in love for real. And then the song is just like, I was on my way to you. So this person could very well be your soulmate, because we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups coming through. Let me look up the song. I don't want you to hear me type it. So it says, I always knew you, even when I didn't know you. It don't make sense, but it do. I was on my way to you. Every teardrop felt so heavy, hurt like hell, but heaven sent me through. I was on my way to you. Now I'm hearing something. The fact that this Queen of Cups has all these energies around her, you feel like very strong. It's kind of like you're attracting this person, you're drawing them in, this predator, this emperor energy, by you just being yourself, or being this Queen of Cups energy, by healing yourself is what I'm getting as well. Because that did come through a lot with the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Cups walking away, looking for something better. And then we have the Nine of Cups coming through here, but it's in reverse, which means the wish hasn't been fulfilled yet, but it's there, right? So it's giving soulmate vibes coming through. You know, not all the readings have to be about nefarious people. It doesn't have to be about exes or anything. The person you're checking in on is giving high vibrational soulmate energy. And this song is saying, I always knew you even when I didn't know you. It doesn't make sense, but it do. I was on my way to you. Every teardrop fell so heavy. It hurt like hell, but heaven sent me through. I was on my way to you. And every heartbreak was a yellow brick road, pointing me straight, just taking me home. I was never lost. I was just passing through. I was on my way to you. Right? And then we have hope was hopeless. Faith was running. I didn't notice. Her eyes are closed. You were coming through. You were on your way too. And you don't believe in meant to be, but somehow you were meant for me. It's true. Yeah, you were on your way too. Wow. Beautiful. Okay, and then here we have mere seconds to spare. What did I say? This person's coming in hot, bro. That's what they're up to. They're plotting. At the bottom of the deck, we literally have win-win. We literally have a win-win situation coming through. Take it out now. And then we have messenger good news coming through again. Yeah, okay. And then we have persevere coming through as well. Persevere, coming in fast. Some are coming in fast. Some could be coming in slow. Because boom, mere seconds to spare is coming in fast. Then we have an order that I ordered. And that may take some time because I got it from TikTok shop. Don't judge me. This is my first TikTok order ever. And I'm excited to get it. Okay, it's something for content creating. So it's not that exciting. But this is what makes me happy. So it is very exciting. Excuse me. Had to expel some air there. Don't judge me. Few more cards. And then we have yeah. I forgot this card fell out. We have yeah. Interesting. Yeah. It's kind of like a very nonchalant, brushing off kind of energy. That could be what you're doing. You're being very nonchalant with them, not really giving them the time of day, which is making them want you even more. So this person could definitely be someone who doesn't seem like they're interested, or you don't seem like you're interested, something like that. But either way, this person you're checking up on is in hot pursuit of somebody. And they're not caring what anyone else has to say. It's like, yeah. Okay, you said what you said, whatever. Here we have Angel's Trumpet, Death. Any nudity? No. And this is like giving black hole, so sucking in like an abyss. Yeah, this person can't help but be like sucked in by your gravity. That song is coming through by Sarah Bareilles. It's something about something like being called in by someone's gravity, you know? How we can't defy gravity. That song could also be coming through, but I'm mostly getting the one from Sarah Bareilles, Gravity. You're getting a lot of songs as well. So this person could communicate with you through music. Okay. It says, something always brings me back to you. It never takes too long. No matter what I say or do, I still feel you here till the moment I'm gone. You hold me without touch. You keep me without chains. I never wanted anything so much than to drown in your love and not feel your rain. Set me free, leave me be. I don't want to fall another moment into your gravity. Here I am, and I stand so tall. I'm just the way I'm supposed to be. But you're on to me and all over me. Look at you, you're on to me. And she says, here I am, I stand so tall. I'm just the way that I'm supposed to be. Because she doesn't want to fall into his gravity. But you're on to me and all over me. And it's, oh, you love me because I'm fragile. That's the Queen of Cups coming through. But I thought I was so strong. But you touched me for a little while and all my fragile strength is gone. Yeah, set me free, leave me be. She said what she said. Is giving that vibe, death. Endings that lead to new beginnings, okay? Death could also be there was an ending in this connection with this person and now they're on to you once again. And you guys can't stop falling back into each other. It's kind of like a pull you give with all this energy surrounding the Queen of Cups. There's a pull you give this person that just always draws them back to you, or vice versa, okay? The next card that we have coming out is going to be one. A trumpet is kind of like a, you know, you're calling someone a wake-up call. Like they could have gone through a wake-up call. They're going through a wake-up call. Here we have psychic healing, mugwort. That makes a lot of sense. You are going through healing. And I do believe in some kind of way you heal this person as well. And it's reminding me of how, I'm putting it wrong. It's reminding me of how, when I used to be watching readings about a specific person, they would always say the more you heal the more they'll heal, especially if you have like a psychic connection, a spiritual connection. You're sitting here on a tarot reading asking about them, and they're not in a place of healing yet. They have not healed themselves yet. But the more you heal and focus on you, the more they can heal and focus on them. And then eventually, if you're meant to come back together, you will. If you're meant to come back to me, you will. That song by Justin Jesso is coming through. Maybe I'm looking for a little suffering, a little bit of something to fill the cracks. Maybe it'll hit when I'm all alone again. And something to come back. Yeah, you know what to say to get me to stay the night. Either way, I'm gonna be alright, alright. No one knows about tomorrow, but I know that I'll be waiting on you still. If you know that I'll be waiting on you still. If I to feel something you gotta feel. If you're meant to come back to me, you will. If you're meant to come back to me, you will. If you're meant to come back by Justin Jesso, that song is coming through. It's just, like I said, it's reminding me of all the tarot readers. When you heal, they heal. So that's the vibe that's coming through here. You're healing yourself and they're just watching you. And look, wow, I just noticed a little bit of the energy that's like running so rampant in her card is kind of flowing through his card as well. So the more you heal, the more they're kind of healing too. That makes sense. We'll go with that. What else is coming through? For my group fives, what is their person up to? Psychic healing, okay? And they're going through a death, absolutely. We have calendula purity. They're trying to purify their life once again to make it maybe simpler to have you back in it, or just make their life simple in general. Not everything has to revolve around, someone else, right? They just want more purity and peace in their life, And that's what this healing is, trying to close and fix this black hole. Right? What is their person up to? Jeez Louise. This should be the last card I'm taking. Yeah, we have 𝐓𝐻𝐿, which is transfiguration. This very much always gives me Tower energy. And we have like a solar eclipse going on here, where the sun is being covered by the moon. There's like complete darkness, right? So eclipses can be important. I know we just ended eclipse season, so that could have been like some very important healing they needed to take during that time, and now they're going to come back to you. Or they may have already come back to you. I don't know. Okay? But that's the vibe coming through for you guys. 𝐓𝐻𝐿 transfiguration. They're going from one thing to the next, okay? There's transformation and there's transfiguration. You're completely becoming someone new, is what transfiguration is giving, okay? And for whatever reason, I feel the need to look up the exact card in the box. So just bear with me. Transfiguration is 22. So 2. And why the bleep did I just flip to the beloved in the book? Wow. And it's 11. 11 plus 11 is 22. That's the Damiana twice. The beloved twice. Stop playing in my face. What's the bottom of the deck? If it's the beloved, I'm throwing the cards. Oh. Magician coming through again. Same thing. Synchronicities. Okay. Magnetism, attraction, kindred spirits, soulmates, relationships, intimacy, sacred play, finding the beloved within. Okay. Damiana, the beloved. Now we're going to go to 𝐓𝐻𝐿, which is 22. Let's see if you can find it. But I love how that's the exact double. Okay, unforeseen change, breakdown, transfiguration, poison, transmuted. Poison, transmuted, the devil in reverse. That came through for you guys. The devil in reverse, like I said, trying to right their wrongs, right? Then we have evil neutralized. Wow. Rising from the ashes. Yeah, they're becoming somebody completely renewed. They had a death, a very significant death. They didn't go in a cocoon. They could have. They went into the cocoon as a dusty, crusty, creepy, crawly caterpillar, and they came out a beautiful butterfly, something completely different than what they were before. Transformation is, just evolving into something new, but you're still who you are. Transfiguration is becoming something completely new, rising from the ashes of your, past self kind of energy, right? Okay. So that's what I have for you guys. And if any intentions they have is very pure, because they tried so hard to purify themselves, right? With purity coming through. I'm trying to convince you, right? Yeah, this is coming through for y'all. But I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group sixes. This is very weird for me to say. I've never done a reading this many piles, but I wanted this to be as expansive and different as possible. So today's reading, we're going to get right into it. It's a reading about what is your person up to. Whoever you have on your mind when you're coming to this reading, which is why I'm doing so many different groups, because there's so many different stories out there to be told, right? So I was at home when I was off from work, and I had this intense energy of wanting to know what someone was up to. And I don't really have anybody in my life to care or know what they're up to. So I'm like, who and where is this energy coming from, right? And I'm like, okay, maybe the collective needs to hear this, which is why I don't know why I'm doing 6 groups when I could have just done 2 different readings. But we're just gonna hope this reading does well, right? I spent so much time on it, right? Okay, stop saying right. What is your problem? Okay. So we're going to get into it. Just know this is an energy check-in for anyone of your choosing. It could be family, friends, whatever. But I am going into this with the intention of maybe picking up on an ex, because that's mostly what people want to know about. But it could be about anybody. And if it becomes romantic, just take out the romantic messages. Not this lady walking outside with 2 twins. Twins could be important. Yo, I just admire people who have twins because it's always crazy to me. So Gemini can be important. And Gemini rules over the lovers in the tarot, so that's coming through, and also the Magician. So this could be a lover trying to manifest you, that's coming through, or someone trying to manifest kids with you, or your kids coming through, or someone who's a twin, right? And y'all getting the same messages as group, not the same, but I ordered something from TikTok Shop for the first time ever in my years, right? And I got a message during group 5 that it was shipped, and I just got a message in my email. So someone could be emailing you soon, or this person could be emailing you soon, but I got a message in my email like, your order has shipped. I'm like, yeah, I know. TikTok told me. TikTok could be important. Time could be important. There could have been a lot of time passed in this connection, or time is of the essence. Maybe you just met them. You know, they're trying to do things in a timely manner. It's something that could be coming through, is what I'm hearing. But anyway, what is their person up to? You know, what is their person up to? This person that my group 6 came to watch about. I hope I'm going to be able to upload this video, honestly. Group 6, because these were not short readings at all. So we have Judgment. Interesting. This is giving a really deep soul connection already. We have some of the same cards coming through. So if you ever felt called to another group, you can go watch another group as well. There's 6. Like, crazy. First card is Judgment. Okay? A soul awakening, a soul rush. It's kind of like your soul comes alive when you're with someone. And that's a song. My soul comes alive. Interesting. Is that a song? Soul comes alive. My soul comes alive in your embrace. What is this? Anyway, it's just a phrase, but the phrase "my soul comes alive in your embrace" expresses a profound sense of connection and joy, suggesting that your presence and affection are vital to your well-being and bring you a feeling of complete fulfillment. Let's see if there's a song associated with those lyrics. Nope. Okay. I'm also hearing the song "Come Alive" from The Greatest Showman as well. The Greatest Showman. I said lyrics, fool. Show me the lyrics. Show me the money. Sorry. Okay, so the song starts, you stumble through your days, you got your head hung low, your sky's a shade of gray. Like a zombie in a maze, you're asleep inside, but you can't shake awake. Because you're just a dead man walking, thinking that's your only option. But you can flip the switch and brighten up your darkest day. Move, even though I know the lyrics. This is my song. The sun is up and the colors blinding. Take a world and redefine it. Leave behind your narrow mind, you'll never be the same. Come alive, come alive. Go and light your light, let it burn so bright, reaching up to the sky, and it's open wide, you're electrified. And your world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be, because you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back again to the world that you were living in, because you're dreaming with your eyes wide open, so come alive, okay? Judgment card. Someone who makes you come alive, or someone who has come alive recently, right? maybe awakening from a long sleep, from the long winter. We've gone through a long winter, and while we have the star card coming out as well, they're awakening from a long winter because winter is now, it's turning to spring, right? We're getting the rain to grow the flowers and the plants, and then we're gonna have cherry blossom season coming through soon. The flowers growing, okay? And that's kind of what's come through. This person's like coming awake. They're stretching and open up again, and it could be because of you, or just in general. I don't want to make everything revolving around the person watching the reading as well. We have a Page of Wands coming through, which is, yeah, experiencing the excitement, the thrills of life for the first time is what I'm getting. So this could be someone who's very young, because the Page of Wands is a young energy, and they're experiencing maybe love for the first time, and they're falling in love. This person you're inquiring about it. They could be falling in love with you, or just with life, or just in general, or with a specific passion or job of theirs, because Wands is also like the expression of our soul and our heart, This person's very deep and profound. That's something that's definitely coming through. They've turned into someone who's very deep and profound. They could be a poet or something. They write songs because my soul comes alive in your embrace, and that, what I just said, I forget what I said already, but their heart put into action, their heart in motion. That's what I'm hearing. Boys, we are the boys in motion. We give you our devotion. Boys, we are the boys in motion. So somebody could be wanting to give you their devotion. We have Nine of Pentacles, which has been very talkative in these past few readings, right? For like group other 5 readings, this card has come out a lot. So it's a sense of freedom, purity, light, joy, new beginnings. Because the pentacle she's holding there's a dove perched on it, and doves represent new beginnings, hope, serenity, purity, things like that, all right? So this person's going through a new beginning. So it's a new job, a new life, a new feeling. They're waking up after the long winter, right? Or they're just falling in love with life, right? Or someone, okay? We have 6 of Swords, and we have 5 of Swords. 6 of Swords in reverse and 5 of Swords upright. So they're definitely being haunted by something. I want to say tortured. They're being tortured or haunted by something with these consecutive sword cards coming out, right? There's something. Stop saying right. What is my problem? Gosh, I swear I just start saying things. This could be something I'm hearing, all right, all right, all right. This person could be country, or Matthew McConaughey could be important, but I just be saying things. I'm like, why? 5 of Swords. Because of some mental turmoil or mental unrest, this person's unable to move on and heal. That's something coming through, okay? And I think this is a message on its own. This person's going through some kind of stress. I'm hearing a feeling of inadequacy. They're hearing someone else's voice in the back of their head, maybe saying they're not enough, okay? There's something about negative inside voices. And that could be, you know what it's definitely giving me? Stop playing. How people say they have, when it's winter, a lot of people are more depressed because the sun is not as bountiful or shining and blazing as it is during the summer. So people go into seasonal, what is called depression, right? Here I go again. And that's what this 5 of Swords is giving me. They're going into seasonal depression. They weren't able to start healing until now, when the sun is able in the sky longer. There's more daylight, And when the daylight comes, I'll have to go. But tonight I'm gonna hold you so close. Daylight by Maroon 5 is coming through as well. And then we have the Magician in reverse, so feeling powerless, that they don't have what they need to keep moving forward. And that's very sad. But I feel like this could be like I'm hearing residuals. Tell me who's getting all my love? Who's getting all my love? Better not take what I taught you. Better not get from my nickname. That is so funny. They are still feeling the residuals of some kind of sadness or seasonal depression. Yeah, they're dusting themselves off, getting ready to be outside for the streets, whatever. But there's residuals coming through of some kind of hurt and pain that they haven't moved on from yet. So yeah, they're waking up and happy, but there's still some lingering pain, right? That song had the internet in a chokehold for the longest time. Probably still does. But yeah, this person's like, tell me who's getting all my love? Like, Chris, shut up. There's some residuals from a past relationship still lingering. If this is someone you are just now maybe getting into a relationship with, there's still some past hurt they are trying to overcome. Just keep that in mind. if this is a crush or someone you want to be romantically linked or involved with. They are feeling new and fresh as a daisy and feeling the stirrings of new beginnings coming. And the Page of Wands, they're starting something new. Something's coming full circle for them. They're excited for the first time in a long time. But that doesn't take away from the feelings of pain and depression that they're still experiencing, okay? But they are in an up period right now. They're going to be moving into one. I feel the need to like separate these two piles for whatever reason. So these are the residual energies. These are the new energies, right? They're feeling some kind of freedom and able to finally reach out and tug or pluck this new beginning from the air. And that's like giving Ace of Pentacles vibes. So new beginnings, okay? And the star is hope, keeping the faith alive. Here we have Justice in reverse and we have Knight of Cups. So they may not feel worthy of moving forward yet and like whining and dining someone or dating someone, but the vibe is in the air. Love is in the air. The funk of 40,000 years, okay? Thriller is coming through, so Halloween can be important, or the song Thriller. Thriller always makes you think of course, Michael Jackson. That's my bae. That's my boo. He was my first, like, ever, like, grown-up celebrity crush. That man, and the way he used to move in those, like, foil, golden, silvery suits on stage, and his booty would just be moving. I'm like, ooh. He was the first, like, celebrity that made me think that guys could have, you know, attractive butts. So that could be something coming to. They have a very attractive, taut, muscular, booty, okay? But yeah. And then, of course, I think of the scene from 13 Going on 30, where they're all dancing to it in that one party scene. So that could be important as well, dancing, party scenes. But yeah, Knight of Cups is someone who wants to wine and dine someone, romance someone, date someone, love on someone, pursue someone, right? But they can't because they're still feeling like they're not worthy, maybe, or they don't feel like they have fully closed a chapter. So they could still be getting over a past connection or relationship. And they're not able to fully jump into something new, okay? But they're hoping they could one day. They're wanting their soul to be free from whatever this connection a person is. Here we have King of Pentacles. This person has been working. Okay, working their ASS off is what I'm hearing. They are becoming, and look, we have the freaking Ace of Pentacles. And wanted to come out in reverse. So they're not ready to start something new yet. So if you're looking for someone, or watching, for someone you want to be with romantically, they haven't reached that point yet. But they're getting there. They feel those feelings for you. They do. But they're not ready to jump into the deep end right now. We don't really care that he said, she said, BS tearing us apart. Swimming in the deep end. Swimming in the Deep End is coming through by Billy Raffle. Let me look the lyrics up real quick. Like, I'm sure y'all sick of having me looking up lyrics, but they help with the reading, I promise. Just be happy I'm not saying it, and y'all don't gotta complain about that the way y'all always do. Swimming in the Deep End lyrics. It's swimming in the deep end, waiting on the weekend. We can be who we are. We don't really need that he said, she said BS tearing us apart. I ain't scared of drowning with you here in my arms. Swimming in the deep end. Oh, swimming in the deep end. Oh. But anyway, my heart was there for the taking, with 10 ways to break it. You started with one. Ooh. The further that we get from faking, it's harder to shake it and harder to run. How long can we stay afloat? How long before we let go? And then it says, all night we force conversation and talk about nothing at all. But sometimes these words feel so weightless. I want to show weakness, but I need to know. Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be a cute song, but it's giving ghetto. Yeah, that's something about just being unbalanced. If this is someone you're with romantically, they're maybe feeling a little up and down. You could definitely be watching for someone you're romantically linked to right now. It's not someone in the past, all right? But it's like, yeah, someone who's feeling like something. This is the darker side. Like, we have a light side of the Justice card and a darker side of the Justice card. So it's giving darkness, confusion, okay? Maybe disbandment, maybe wanting to break up. They're on the verge of breaking up with someone, right? And they have hope that they're able to find some freedom. Yes, because we have the Page of Wands, we have the Star, wishing on the star, we have the Judgment card, wanting to be free. Okay, your soul to feel light again. Then we have Page of Wands, wanting to go back to that innocence, go into that, what is it called? The shadow, not shadow phase. What the heck am I saying? You could be in the shadow phase with this person right now, or they're in the shadow phase in the connection, but they want to get back to that lovey-dovey, Cupid, first stages of romance vibe. That's what they want to get back to with the Page of Wands. And the Nine of Pentacles, where they're back, they want to be single. Wow. Nine of Pentacles always gives me bachelor, bachelorette. And that's funny because in the 13 Going on 30 movie, Jenna Rink is in a long-term connection with this hockey player. But then when she wakes up in her 30 body, she doesn't like him anymore. She breaks up with him and then goes to find her actual true love, which is Mark Ruffalo, right? In the movie. So that's something that's coming through. This Ace of Pentacles could be wanting to dig a root out of the ground and break up with someone, move on to something else. Ooh, very interesting. But King of Pentacles working on something, making their money, okay? This person's a very stable person. They're very of sound mind is what I'm hearing. They're a very practical person. They don't go breaking up with people willy-nilly. It's definitely giving me a movie that I was watching recently on Netflix. I just finished watching the full movie yesterday because I started it, then I stopped it. So basically we have Sophia Carson, who is playing the daughter of this lady who dies and tells her daughter, I'm taking away your inheritance for now, but you have to finish this life list that you made when you were 10 years old. Because when her mother passed away, she was aimless. She quit her job or got fired. Didn't really know what she wanted to do, was lost, right? And her mom passed away and said, I didn't want to leave you there without me there to guide you. So here, I found this list of yours when you were 10 that you made of a life you wanted to do and what you wanted to be. And you're not going to be able to get your inheritance until you finish this list. And then she goes on finishing this list, guided by this really sexy, cute, dorky, quirky lawyer dude. And she's like being really mean to him, and he has like this girlfriend, and she keeps talking about how the girlfriend's out of his league, and oh, how did you get her? She's so beautiful and perfect, da, 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 whatever. It's like a running joke, I end up thinking, because I'm like, Sophia is so much prettier than the girl she's saying is so perfect, in my opinion, but I guess her character is like someone who's not supposed to be that attractive. I don't freaking know, child. Don't ask me, okay? So while on this journey, and then the last thing on her list was find true love. And everything goes to like get a tattoo, finish learning Claire de Lune, help make the world better, become a teacher again, change lives. What else was it? Play basketball with a player of the Knicks, because this movie is based in Brooklyn, which I love because I'm from Brooklyn, like, period. And she just starts checking off all these things on the list. She falls in love with some guy, but they end up not working. And all along, we know she's going to end up the lawyer dude because they're building a connection. They become really good friends, but they're not making it obvious that anybody's pining for anyone. He has his girlfriend. She has her boyfriend, right? And then towards the end of the movie, she's going to visit her dad, she finds out her mom cheated on her father, and she's not his biological child. So she feels the need to go find her actual biological child. Her boyfriend at the time was supposed to take her, but they end up getting into an argument and he just ditches her. And this lawyer friend brings his girlfriend along. They go on this journey. Everything's cute and whatever. They get to the hotel that they're staying at, and he's like with the girl at the bar. Not at the bar. He's with the girl at the reception desk, the Sophia Carson girl. And his girlfriend's like behind them, watching them together, like they're checking into this hotel, and they're a couple, and they're getting along and like ribbing at each other and, poking each other, stuff like that. And she ends up seeing that and breaking up with him. So towards the end of the movie, they have been cultivating this beautiful friendship. They're always there for each other. She's helping him fix up his style. She's not trying to break them up. He's not trying to break her up with her boyfriend. Very wholesome vibes. They got together in a very wholesome way. So I knew the girlfriend broke up with him, and probably the viewer knew from the way she was looking at them. He just says, oh, she had work and have to leave. But no. And then she visits her father, and then after that, they go get drunk, have a good time, and you start seeing their connection deepening. It happened too fast for me, but they could have done more building up to them getting together. But whatever, it was a Netflix movie. We can't expect that much, right? Anyway, they end up sleeping together on that trip. And after that, they go back home, and her ex, or the boyfriend she's still with, he tells her, oh, she didn't really leave for a trip. We broke up. And she's like, why didn't you tell me? He's like, I know I should have told you, but don't go back to him. You know you shouldn't be with him. You can't be yourself with him, whatever. They break up for that part of the movie, the third act breakup, and they get back together towards the end. It's really cute. Like I said, wholesome movies. Nothing too intense at all. I think it is pretty intense when she, like, her relationship with her siblings and with her mother and her father is the most intense the movie gets. Not too lovey-dovey, right? But anyway, that's what I'm getting. He's the nerdy, quirky guy who was with his girlfriend. They were friends for a long time. Nothing really happened. Nobody was plotting. No one was, professing deep feelings. But towards the end, when the girlfriend breaks up with him, probably telling him, I know you love her or you have feelings for her. And he realizes, oh, maybe I do. And then they get together and hook up. And then she's also on a break from her boyfriend and that kind of thing. But the girlfriend was holding him back and wasn't allowing him to be himself. It's the thing that was happening in the movie, right? And there's like a point in the movie where she asked him, like, don't you love being with her? Isn't it so great being with her? I bet the SEX is so good. And he's just like really quiet and doesn't really say anything. You could tell that he doesn't feel, he knows he should want to love her and be with her because she's so perfect and everyone's saying she's so perfect, but they don't really feel those vibes. She's always telling him, stop doing things this way, and always like, micromanaging him. And in the middle of the movie or towards the beginning, when she meets the girlfriend for the first time, the guy she ends up dating also dated the lawyer's girlfriend. And she's telling Sophia's character, oh, we didn't work out because two alphas can't be in a relationship. And then the lawyer boyfriend is like, oh, so I guess that makes me beta. She's like, no, it's not. No, you're not a beta. And we can all tell he's definitely like a beta. He's definitely golden retriever vibes, Labrador retriever, whatever you want to call it. And the girl is more so Chihuahua vibes, the one who wants to be the alpha and tell him what to do. And of course, we know it's not going to work because he ends up being her true love at the end of the movie, blah, 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 blah. But that's what it's giving me. The whole time you know that she doesn't belong with him or he doesn't belong with her, but they're still doing it. And they don't really realize that they're supposed to be together until the end of the movie when they're both properly on a break from their people. So there's no cheating involved. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what this is giving. He's like a very wholesome person, very golden retriever, very loyal, loves his girlfriend, wants to be better for her. But how long and how much can you change yourself to make someone else happy before it's just enough? And enough is enough, right? And that's kind of what it's giving me. He's like the cutest little thing. He has these really like chinky, beautiful, like hazel, light brown eyes and the curly, wavy hair. And his personality is just so wholesome and sweet and innocent and golden retriever. And they call him Labrador retriever in the movie. And they say, like, how do you know that you're in love with someone? It's like kind of like building up to her, trying to figure out if she's in love with him. And her mom was like, can you tell them anything? Right? Can you be your honest self with them? Do they make you a better person? Can you imagine them being the father to your kids? And there was something else that the mother was like, how do you know you love them? Right? And one of those things, and she's like, I know that you give Labrador retriever. Are they kind? There it is. Oh, I love you, Spirit. Thank you. Are they kind? Do they make you a better person? Can you be your honest 100% self with them? Can you tell them anything that's on your heart and be vulnerable with them? And can you imagine them being the father of your kids? That's the 4 factors her mom told her sister-in-law when she was with her brother to see if you're really in love with this person. And at the end of the movie, she like counts those off and say, yeah, I'm in love with you. And he's like, well, so what's the 4th thing? She's like, don't worry about it. But it's a yes, right? Can you imagine him being the father of your kids? And that's the cutest little thing. Like, is he kind? King of Pentacles. Can you be your honest, true self with him? You can depend on him, yes. Does he make you a better person? The King of Pentacles is the most mature, most evolved person in the tarot deck, so yes. And can he be the father to your kids? King of Pentacles definitely can. So that's what this person's giving, okay? I went on this whole story just to get back to that, okay? But I think it has to do with something. It could help you get some perspective on the reading. So someone who's in your life that you didn't know was supposed to be your forever person, they didn't make it too obvious the way it's always really obvious in the movies. But you could still tell they were going to be together, end up together, because they were having FaceTime sessions and he met her family and they were really cool and they became really, really, really good friends, And of course, he's on this journey with her that her mom put her up to cross off everything on the list. And he's there with her every step of the way, right? And because she doesn't see him as a romantic prospect, she can be her true, honest, messed up, troubled self with him. Ace of Pentacles, this person's ready to undig something or take something out of the ground or set roots elsewhere is the vibe that I'm getting. Okay, let's get some more cards. I've been talking too long. What is this person up to? Please, this person that they're asking about, what are they up to? We have attraction. Wow, exactly. They're feeling attracted to you. They could be in a relationship and it's making them feel guilty. Wow. Or if that's none of it, maybe they're still processing a breakup and they're not ready to jump deep in with you, swimming in the deep end. They don't want to do that because they did that before and they're still like, you know, you need to be single for a little while after coming out of any kind of relationship. And that's what they're trying to do, but they feel the attraction with you for sure. They just want to have fun right now. Not that they want to be a you know, F-boy or F-girl or F-person, but they want to experience some freedom for once. They were shackled too long, okay? Take these shackles off my feet so I could dance. Hey, I just want to praise you. We have avoid obstacle. This person wants to avoid obstacles. They're doing everything in their power to avoid getting caught up again, is what I'm getting from this energy. And then here we have power. Juicy. This person's in a position of power, indeed, with that King of Pentacles coming through. I love this for you guys, or whoever this person is. I love this life for them. We have a fork in the road. So yeah, there's something that's like keeping them from fully moving on or being their full vibrant stuff they want to be. Because like I said, these three cards over here is stuff they're giving. They're still going through things. Here we have jackpots. They got money. King of Pentacles. I mean, are we surprised? Really? They hit the jackpot, or they feel like they hit the jackpot with you, or something like that, with the friendship you guys have, or the stirrings of a deeper connection here. Like, why is my nose so itchy? This has to be some kind of confirmation. Like, I've heard readers say, oh, when I'm channeling, my nose was itching. That's how I know it's my confirmation. Like, my nose has been itching crazy for your reading. I don't think it was itching for another reading that I did today. So I've done a group 4, 5, and 6 today. And for group 4 or 5, my nose was not itching like this. So a lot of confirmations. Your nose could be itching. Somebody can have allergies here. Here we have passion coming out for you guys as well. A lot of cards fell out. We have bullseye. So yeah, right on the money. Okay. We have mend a relationship. These came through in group 5 as well. So you may feel called group 5. They want to mend a relationship, or maybe they're trying to, but it's not working. And you kind of hit everything that they want on their list of things. You're kind. You help them be a better person. They could be their 100% honest self with you, and they see you as a mother or father of their kids. So that's how you know if you're in love with someone, okay? We have require stillness. It's going to take some time with this person for sure. If this is something you're looking to make more, it's going to take time. It's going to require stillness, a lot of thought, meditation. We have messenger, good news. So maybe eventually there's going to be some good news for you. They're going to reach out to you and say, hey, I've been thinking about this a lot and I think I'm ready to take it to the next step, or I want to be with you full out. We have big deal. This connection is a big deal. What they're going through in their life is a big deal, okay? This journey of self-discovery is what I'm hearing. They're trying to fully make sure their past is in the past. You don't need to be bringing the past with you in any new connection. We have lucky. And I'm hearing Lucky by Jason Mraz. Do you hear me? I'm talking to you. Across the waters, across the deep blue ocean, another ocean sky. Oh my, baby, I'm trying. In your dreams, you're all I see. In your arms, you make it easier when life gets hard. Lucky, I'm in love with my best friend. Oh my gosh, exactly. That's the code. We cracked it, guys. Lucky, I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky, we have been where we have been. I'm lucky to be coming home again. Stay in bed. Lucky, we're in love in every way. Oh, this is so beautiful. Go listen to that song. Lucky, Jason Mraz and 𝐓𝐈𝐿𝐴, I think her name is. This is gorgeous. Okay, last deck before I leave you guys. I don't know how I'm going to do this reading. How I'm going to upload it. Does my phone have enough space for this? I don't know. What is this person up to? Their person, what are they up to? We have nurture. They're trying to nurture themselves so they could be finally healed. Shut up. Stupid buzz. Like, why they gotta be so loud? They're all the way outside on the other side of the street. We can hear them like they're right there. Makes no type of sense to me. Lemon balm. Nurture. And I'm also hearing reinvigorated as well. This person could smell really good, or lemons could be a thing. I'm hearing lemon squares. I've never had a lemon square in my life, but it's coming through. And I did make an order of Girl Scout cookies from one of my good friends. So I'm excited to get those. I ordered, I think they're called lemon something. I'm like, I'm gonna support your daughter, of course. Let me get some cookies. I don't even like most of the cookies they have, but I ordered because I want to support her, okay? And her entrepreneurship. Here we have blessing. So this person's experiencing a lot of blessings in their life, is lucky and jackpot and bullseye. A lot of things that they've been trying to, strive for. Is they're achieving their goals, right? They're becoming very successful, very self-assured, very stable person. Here we have milk thistle, peaceful warrior. So they're trying to come to peace with all the fighting and strife they may have had to go through in a past relationship or life experience, okay? Trying to make peace with the fights. We have cat's claw purification. And didn't I say that? Is that not what I said? No. They're trying to make sure everything is good before they do anything else. No? I feel like I said that in some way, shape, or form in the reading. Purification, okay? And we have like this slinky panther energy. So they're creeping, they're crawling, okay? They're prowling, I want to say, but they're not like full steam ahead yet. We have Rose of Love. Oh my gosh, stop. This card rarely ever comes out. And y'all have been seeing me use this deck for the longest time when I'm at work. And this card never comes out. Love. Oh, it's the way you look at me. Oh, it's for the only one I see. Anyway, Musuna journey. They're on a journey. Yeah, self-discovery. Absolutely. And when they are ready to kind of put their all into this, they're going to put their foot in it, is what I'm hearing. That attraction is there. That love is there. That purification is there. They feel pure with you. They feel free and light with you. But they're still not ready to jump into anything yet. Okay? Or they just feel light and free in general and they're not ready to jump into another connection. I hate centering a specific person, because what if you're not looking for love? You know? Anyway, we have Jorgen Sasha Transfiguration, which came through in group 5 as well. But Transfiguration is becoming somebody completely new. So they're trying to become somebody completely independent from this connection they were stuck in, from this person they were for the longest time, the person they became in this relationship. They want to become completely new. Purification, right? The last card we have is Mandrake Sensuality. Ooh, grossly. And that's an attraction coming through. I love when the card, guys. Like, not sensuality, love, and attraction coming through. And then it says, lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Like, stop it. It's giving best friend, falling in love with you vibes. This is so sweet. But they're definitely thinking of, moving things along with you. I think they would definitely be open to keeping things, light and sexual until further notice. But I think they are more mature than that. They would love that, because any person would love that. If there's attraction and love and friendship there, of course you want to, jump right into all the good things that come with a relationship. But also, they are a respectful person. They think things through. They don't jump into the deep end without looking before they leap first, which is why they're requiring stillness right now. Even though they're trying to make the relationship work as much as they can before leaving it and trying things with you. Something like that is coming through. But there's like with this stay in bed and stuff again, I don't want to get up or go anywhere or do anything right now. It's energy coming through for you or your person, right? But this Jorgen Sasha, this Mandrake Sensuality, sexy, sexy, sexy. This person may be focusing on their own sensuality, getting back into that groove. Maybe they were in a relationship where that wasn't a big thing, or they in their life that wasn't a big thing. Now they're trying to pay more attention to their sexuality, trying to awaken, blossom, and grow, and explore, and nurture that side of them. Exactly. They're on a sexuality journey is what I'm getting from this person. And they really are a peaceful warrior. They aren't someone's going to hurt you and scream at you or cuss you out. They're very patient. They're very kind. They make a good father. Like I said, they're going to be with you when they want to be open. My nose itching. Confirmation. They would be a good father to your kids. They're going to be with you, helping you ride, even with their girlfriend in the side seat, taking you to go see your father, because they know that that's something that's important to you, Just a good overall human being, this person is. This is what they're up to. Trying to become even better, if that's even possible, No one's perfect, though, but hey, this person could be close. But I'm going to leave you reading right here. And I love that we keep getting a lot of references to, like, beings. This could also be interracial connection, because we have with the love, we have the blood, sweat, and tears coming into it. Blood connection, blood oath. Maybe you guys made a blood oath when you were younger, when you were teenagers, because it's giving best friend, right? and you guys said if we're not married by this time and this age, we're gonna marry each other, and you guys have made a blood oath on it. I've seen that happen, in movies, television shows, in real life, not yet, but I'm sure it happens. But they're holding hands like this, and it's a white hand and a black hand. Okay, so interracial connection. But in sensuality, there's something here about seeds, right over here, or just lemons or something. Yeah, lemons coming through again, and we had lemon, balm, pure nurture. So a very nurturing, kind person, okay? But also in another card is coming through, Musuna Journey, seeds coming through again, seeds, magic beans. And anytime I see that card, I always think of Jack and the Beanstalk and how he took a chance on those beans and was able to like get a whole luxurious life, you know? So this person is definitely taking a chance on their life, taking chances in their life, and it's led to them to become this nice King of Pentacles, okay? But I'm going to leave it right there. Hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. I'd love to have you. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye.